Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. It's your Blue Archive Gacha whale, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy Tosanyu. Welcome to the stream. For today I will be doing Blue Archive stream. And with that, like reading the main story again. The last time I've read like any kind of main story content was like about 10 months ago, roughly, when there was like the last main story update with like volume 1, chapter 3 with like Hoshino and chasing like after the traces of Yume, right? And this was like pretty much more or less the official end, more or less, since the main writer Isaku-san sensei, Isaku-san, retired or like left like the group, you know. So it's like, the kind of like, you know, pillar, the idea man and everything. It's like gone, and it's kind of like, okay, it's like the soul of like Blue Archive dead or so. So I kind of like stopped reading main story stuff since then, but you know, I see like I saw the news PV from like the JP kind of side, you know, and it had like a lot of Sakuga mecha battles, which is like making the soul of like a mecha fan really happy, you know. And there are like some really cool stuff there, but overall it's just like cool action, and it has really high quality animations, and I must like say it got me curious. So I'm gonna go in reading the main story, and with that like the Decagrammaton, which is like a lot more relevant for like the thing with like the mecha action, you know. I haven't like continued since the first part of like the Decagrammaton, so it's like a 2.2 and 2.3 are gonna read. What does it actually mean? There's like a second chapter to like Decagrammaton, you know, and I read like the one part, which are like 12 episodes. It was like with the final restriction release boss called Chokma. There are like a lot of jokes of like Chokma, you know, but it was like basically where like the occult club or so, not occult, but you know, it is like kind of like the arc where Amy, Himari, and Ryo, you know, encounter like that thing, which is like Chokma here. We started off like with Gebra, when we encountered like Chokma, something like that, and it seems like that there are like still some more things left to do, some traces, and then they need more allies also, and then who can we like entrust, you know, and Ryo is like kind of like helping there in order to like redeem herself, you know. And you know, since everything began with like the game development department, could also be that we need their help. At the very least I like saw like some thumbnails like that, like for 2.2. We're not 2.3 yet, where like the thumbnail kind of thing comes into effect, but you know, gonna go in. It's like gonna start off from episode 13. I'm not quite sure how many episodes this will be. Like the first part was like 12 episodes. Worst case gonna be 36 episodes, and we're gonna read a lot. But you're gonna like see how this will go. So since this is like a first time I like read from there, I ask you, when you go in, don't ask has X happened yet. Please ask what have I missed, you know, in order to like avoid future events, and like, you know, don't spoiler anyone who is like not there yet. If you're like let's say, not in Blue Gamer, so then yeah, you're not target audience, but you will get spoiled anyways. But for those who are like, you know, in the target audience more or less, then probably no one. It's just me. But yeah, just be aware. Okay, let's go in. Episode 13, Departure. So I think the audio can like turn a little bit up. Yeah. So if you do, for example, this here, and then go for skip, then you see like a short summary of like the whole kind of episode. You can save yourself a lot of time, but overall you do not have to do that if you just want to read normally without like reading everything out loud, you know. It's like really well paced, can like take about 3 to 7 minutes or so. If I were to read it silently, it would be like that long, but if I'm reading out loud, what I will probably do here now, take maybe like that amount of time, maybe like 40 minutes each episode. Gonna be like a long stream. I saw like some for example like a Blue Archive gamer reading that one part or so, and the stream was like 4 hours long. I'm not like sure how long it will be here for me, but just be like aware. Recent game development department on Sussex is called into temporary base at the Glacial Sea. It's like the short summary, but the beginning's like nothing like with game development department. So obviously there's some important, or more or less like a little bit of a kind of, you know, a way to like start the kind of chapter part to like kick it off everything. So we're like here in the base of like the Decagrammaton people there. They're like the 3 kind of architects, in something like that. Ein or Sof, like the one you saw like in the thumbnail. So, and I think like the episode, the last part like ended off with like this kind of scene where there was like a person in the tube there. Oh, it's finally arrived. Yes, the last of resources have arrived. But no grid points. Well. Factually, honestly, that's not quite true. Total collection rate is at 99.98%. Your status falls until we receive about the 2 more deliveries to this. Those breads, by the way, are like the ones who created like those bosses, you know, Decagrammaton bosses like Bina, Gebraj, Hot Chesed and so. But this one here in the tube is like not necessarily like one of their creations, is like their big sister also. And this one's supposedly the strongest of them, all of them, or something like that. It's fine, considering what do you call it, much of error. We're still fully prepared to start the next steps. Oh, why are you always ruining the mood? But did you not agree with me, Sof? And what exactly did I agree to? I can count the number of times I've been alive with your nonsense on one hand. Gosh. The very factual statement that Ein is the cutest when she's crying? What? I mean that is true, but... Even you, Sof? Guy, what I'm trying to say is... I didn't mean it like... Look what you did, Oa. On what base do you accuse me? Okay, the episode just starts off with like them bantering. They're like 3 little gakis like in the eyes of the reader. That actually look pretty old or so. Existed for a long time, but they're still like, they look immature, they are immature. Wow. Everyone. Kinda makes you not, you know, that you shall not take them seriously, even like they're the antagonists like of this kind of story. The resource transfer is complete. Next is our laborers' turn. Good job, Ein. Everything's functioning as intended, yes? But still, I'm worried. Helical number 5's wound haven't fully healed yet. That'll be like one of the units. Helical number 5? Oh, you mean the one with paint peeled off? You already named it? Yes, and it's more likely to rust with damage paint. So I reinforced it with a huge machine arm while I was treating it, and now it's bigger, and so it needs bigger power. It means the architecture also has to be bigger, so I use this chance to make a bigger body and stronger materials to... Wow, she's like nerding out. So she's like this girl like with the face mask is pretty much like the one who is like building them, you know, like the main builder. I think the other two have like other kind of purposes there. Like one knows like a lot of things, the other I'm like not quite sure, like I forgot like most of it. But I knew like the rough story points at the very least. Calm down, Ein. Deep breaths, I know this. Helical no number 3, you said? No, the device is very, very important to you. It's number 5, and Helical number 5 is not a device. The child is, it's special. How could it be that special? It's just one out of tens of thousands of laborers. Ah, how cold and cruel. Soft, the cold-blooded, brutal, and overseer who sees everything as means to ends. Do you truly not know that your cold, soulless words wound Ein's tender heart? I don't want to hear that from you. Anyways, Ein, will that be sufficient to treat Helical number 5's wounds? All physical upgrades must be accompanied with corresponding software optimization support. You fitted Helical number 5 with a gift of power, but its joints parts may slowly wear away. Its life expectancy could even be halved. What? I don't want it. Yes, I insist. Trust in me. I like that, you know. Even like the character he has having like eye mask, you know, like a little bit like the eyes are like closed off. You kind of like see the emotions like still, like raising the brows, the mouth shapes, and even like on the left eye, you know, where it should be, they're like things like eyes also. They're like not really blind. It's interesting. It's like spider eyes, you know, I think. First, I shall optimize its processes. It'll be capable of operating twice as fast, finishing work in half the time. And while it is idle, yes, let's make it so that Helical number 5 grabs its own feet and spins around in the same spot forever. Endlessly, and when... That's mean! To like fidget spinner, you know. The thing is like, spider, you know, like in German, it's like the word Spinne, S-P-I-N-N-N. It's like spinner without the R, you know, kind of like, yeah, the joke I see like there's a German. The spinning spider. Honest. No violence. But since the collection rate is 99.98%, yes, you're right, it's finally time. Yes, for elder sister. Yeah. So they're pretty much like banter, you know, like was not important. We're coming back to the point where they're like back to their big sister there. And then like a little bit of a time jump, you know, like going back to like Sensei and others, and then they contact their kindergarten apartment or so. Something like that. But Markov to finally descend to this plane. Can we do it? Didn't do anything, right? If I made a mistake or something and elder sister doesn't wake up because of it, cut the nonsense, Ein. We trust you. You've done well all this time, no? None of us can come close to you when it comes to knowledge of mechanical equipment. What? I understand your concern, Ein. Although at a certain point, you must begin to consider quantum mechanical effects. Saying that you did your utmost becomes a feeble excuse at one point or another. Stop, okay. Like the ooh. Okay. But simply it is what it is. With every endeavor comes a time when you must simply accept the results. While do not necessarily endorse or use of borrowing the forbidden power to facilitate or assist us descent. What matters is the results. The results, and look at how we've concealed this place from nosy outsiders. Yes, the multidimensional interpretation probability superposition phase barrier. Okay, even they commented on that. It's like pretty long name, it's a mouthful. That's long annoying, so let's just call it the multi-dimensional barrier. Using space itself for all possibilities in infinite dimensions are included as the probabilities, as a defense mechanism. This is a reference to like volume F. So yeah, it is like more or less like of importance as we like know that when you like go in. And even like the story has some points here and there like spoiler warnings. Also, please read this first and then you can go here. It's like kind of like, you know, like the order and where you go. Can be a little bit complicated if you like totally know, but if you like want to do it right then and like research a little bit, it's like not that hard. It's like, you know, Final Fantasy for example. And normally like every game is like a standalone, but if you want to do it like properly, like go like in order. Trinko is like also like kind of the case like that, but some games need like a proper order and then to like properly enjoy it. Yeah. Okay. The procured a sample, excellent sample that day. Thanks to that we are able to reverse engineer and reconstruct it to what it is now. It's now the time. You at last admit that my invaluable contributions led to the particular result? Yes, I despise admitting to it, but it's true. I'm sorry, when it comes to that part of the theory, I still don't fully get it. It's fine. In the first place, all three of us have different things we are good at, right? Why is your kind? Reserved for kindness or ein, and only ein? Look deeper inside yourself for the answer to that question. Anyways, yes, the place under multidimensional barrier's protection. It's really impossible for nosy outsiders to sniff around in here. You could even say we wield the nameless god's power in our very hands. Can we really think of it that way? What if someone gets mad at us later for using it? Well, aren't we the ones making the best possible use of that power? Why do you insist on complicating things? We are perfect beings. We simply utilize what we desire and throw out the rest. I give a single care for a forgotten legacy of the lost times. Yes, we heard the existence of the gods, priests and such. They should bow with gratitude that we are utilizing their power. Those also bend the knee to time. Nice, oh, that's the spirit. It's really okay to do this? Okay. Fades to black. And now we go back to Charlotte, okay. But basically, it kinda like showed the banter between the architects, the builders and so. And just like more or less explained, they wield the power of like the gods. They're like not as powerful as the gods they create, you know, like the Bina, Chokma, Hot, you know, like mechanical gods, mecha gods, you know, but yeah, they wield like some power. And this was like a section that took like, how long? 7 minutes, 5 minutes of reading? Alright. But like, if I read it silently, I might be like done in 3 minutes or so. So back to Charlotte, or like not Charlotte, Kivatos, get a little bit bombardment. At last, I made it to the end. They were probably gaming or so. I don't know. How was it? How was it? Yes, I know. This is? trash game. Kusogi desu. The first place says, why is that the second I set foot on the ice? I die of hypothermia? Because the game is set in the polar region. That's what happens in polar regions, right? That's way too extreme. You need to at least let people play the game. As long as you don't skip the tutorial, you get no gear. The tutorial that took 30 minutes to get through, and you have to find that gear in an obscure hidden corner of the map. And more importantly, even real life, you don't die the second you touch some ice. You've never been to the Arctic? How do you know, huh? Like getting hypothermia takes like a little bit of a while. You can get instantly if you like jump into ice water or so for some reason, if you like get splashed into there. And if you stay like in the water, like if you like drown or so, you will die within seconds. But if you like in the water, get quickly out, you could like die in within 10 minutes or so. Unless you are like get like some warmth, you know, like a fire, whatever. But yeah, it just like shows they're like children, they're like inexperienced, you know. They need to get like proper research before they like can make a game like about, okay, we're like in the Arctic or so. Fine, whatever. Forget realism. What happened to all the snow gear resources I drew for you? Those will be released with future DLCs. Then don't ask me to draw them in the first place! Bam! Bam! Bitch slap. Oh gosh. Stop fighting. However, I had a lot of fun. I had fun making the game, as well as playing it together and fixing it. Maybe it always ends up like this because Ari spoils this too much. But I do think there's a fundamental problem. What could we have missed? As the story writer, designer, and lead producer, this is a problem I need to seriously ponder. You're the one who gave yourself the lead producer title. I got it! Based on my expertise, I can conclude that our game Polar Adventure is just lacking real-life references. To be more specific, we need more realistic information about the polar region. Yeah, let's go. You need to get more research done. And coincidentally, like the nameless priests, not the nameless priests, the kind of architects, the Gakis there, the Decagrammaton Gakis are like somewhere in the Arctic, you know. So they're gonna join the mission like Sensei is on with the with Himari and co, and then yeah, convenient. They have like a reason to come along. What are you even on about, sis? What do you think is gonna happen here? You're just gonna pack up our stuff and take our trip to the Glacial Sea? Trip? Even more outside than outside? It's... Yuzu, are you okay? But think about it. Endless fields of snow, blue glaciers, polar bears, and penguins playing together. Don't you think an awesome scene like that would just fill us with inspiration and energy? It's total self-gratification. Also, polar bears and penguins don't live in the same region. And even if they met, the penguins would get eaten. Please stop bringing real wilderness stuff into this! Okay. Someone's calling Arise. Is this number not... Sensei's? Wait, it's Sensei? Talking to Sensei is nice. Oh, they're like beaming. That's like one adult that's like actually caring, that actually cares about them, you know. and Sensei helped them in like their biggest need. So yeah.
Hello, Sensei.
Hi, Arise.
Yes, this is Sensei's Arise. It feels like it has been a long time. Ah, it's not simply a feeling. Think about it. It truly has been too long.
Yeah, it has been a long time for me. It has been like a long time. Sure.
Momoi, Midori, Gize, and I would all like to see Sensei more often. So please call us more.
Sorry. By the way, is everyone there?
Yes, we're in this club room, testing the new game we created. We would like to play it with you, Sensei.
Is it that good of a game?
That is... I'm unsure, however, the process of making it was very fun.
Okay, she worded it differently, you know? In the beginning, where she was like, "What's a trash game?" while she was like beaming. But yeah, it really shows that she is like a functioning being. She's like a clanker, but she actually like works, you know? She actually can think, and so like words like things differently. It's like a heart or soul.
Is everything okay, Sensei? The tone of your voice seems to be slightly different from what I'm used to.
Yeah, you're right. You said everyone was there, right?
Yes, we are.
I kept going back and forth about how much I should tell Arise in the game development department. But in the end, I thought honesty would be the best policy. I would like you all to listen closely to what I'm about to say. Okay, skipping it like that.
Share? Exploration?
Yeah.
Yay! I understand, Sensei. Is that a wonderful Momoi? A glacial trip with everyone? Heck yes! Perfect timing! Sensei's the best!
Hey, everyone. I've emphasized this multiple times. But you realize that this will be very dangerous, right?
Right, sis. You too, Arise. Let me summarize what Sensei said. We are up against this mysterious AI thing with mysterious goals. On top of that, it made some giant robot monsters to help it reach set goals? So they might need Arise's help fighting it? We already deal with those kind of boss enough in video games.
Yeah. Exactly what Midori and Yuzo said. So you should take this more seriously.
But Sensei, I'm your ally. And you are my ally.
I'm very thankful to hear that. But let me reiterate myself. In a way, this is...
I understand now. This is a very serious situation. It may be so dangerous that you will not be able to guarantee my safety. Arise. Understood, Sensei. How do I get to the Glacial Sea?
What?
Arise?
Arise?
Why are you surprised? One should not run away when an ally is in trouble. That is the basic tenet of a party play. And for me, I feel grateful that I am the one you think of in this kind of situation. It means you trust me, Sensei, and that trust between us is proof that we are allies.
Are you sure about this? And she's so precious, holy crap. She's so precious, you know. she plays games and everything, you know, and she could like end up like the same like Yuzu, Midori, and like Momoi, like, right, like be just like some kind of needs playing games all the time. But Arise, you know, she built different as well. She loves the games like the others like do, but the concept of like allies, heroes, and using that language that she learned from the games and like to like form her words and sentences, you know, she's so precious. I don't know. Like a daughter.
Sensei, I may only be an apprentice, but I'm still a hero. At least, I'm trying to be. Every day. So I would like to help make this world a better place. Even if it's just by a little bit. And I mean that. That is why I cannot run away and hide when someone who has helped me so much reaches out to me. That is how I will make the world better. In my small way.
Oh gosh, my heart. Oh gosh.
But what will you do if things get really, really dangerous? I see. If things do become that dangerous, then no matter what. I will return to being a student and hide somewhere safe. Oh, that's totally right. After all, there's no such thing as a cheap move when it comes to gaming. Yes. Well, as long as you're not hacking or cheating. I think we could do that much. What do you think, Sensei? Can you pinky promise to pull off cheap moves if it comes down to that? Of course, Sensei. You never goes back on a promise. Oh, but, is keeping a cheap promise a good thing to do? It's nice. It's like cheesing a game. Yeah. And sometimes you have to cheese games to win, right? Like Easter eggs that Des put in, hoping that players will make use of them.
That's a nice way to word it.
I see. I understand. And I must ask again. How can I get to Glacier Sea? Thank you. Arise, Momoi, Midori, Yuzu. Thank you.
Well, you said thank you twice.
I sent you a text with instructions. And there's one last thing I want to say. What is it, Sensei? Make sure to dress warm.
Okay, that's a nice way to end it, you know, like the next, to the next episode. So, well, it's super cold, yeah. But for Amy, it's not, it's like crazy. She's like wearing a swimsuit and so, and then like wearing some kind of thing that makes her extra cold or so. But yeah, let's go like to the next episode, number 14. Airlight. Well, it has been like 40 minutes. Oh, gosh. So like every episode takes like 15 to 20 minutes like reading time. If it's like 36 episodes, rest in peace me. Then I probably need 8 hours. Probably need a separate stream. Probably I will take that tomorrow over. So this thing here, Amy is like wearing a swimsuit even though when I cold. She has like some kind of crazy sense of like, different sense of like temperature. This kind of thing around her neck is like a thing that can keep her more cool. Also, it's like not a scarf. I don't know about the jacket also. If it's like something that can keep her cool also. But yeah.
Huh, Sensei? Is there a problem? Ryo should be getting here about now. There's still 5 minutes remaining. And perhaps that's enough time to start expecting Sam to arrive. However, when it comes to Ryo, I believe she would come exactly on time, not one single second late. Or on very rare occasions, she arrived a minute early. Himari, aren't you cold? Yes, I am. Unbearably so, in fact. I'm caught at an elegant cliff-top bloom getting directly hit by the morning frost. How about staying inside? Although that's a reasonable suggestion, I'm making this particular event an exception. She not only threw this work in my face, but also decided to disappear of her own volition. If I weren't here to greet the president who's at long last showing her face, the frustration and anger would keep me up all night. It'd be nice if you could just be honest and admit that you're excited to see her after so long. That's not true. You're wrong. You completely misunderstand me. I cannot believe we spent this much time together and you still have no idea what kind of person I am, Amy. I actually said that because I know you so well. So yeah, it's the typical banter. They know like each other like a good long enough, you know, but they're like different in their way as well. Like they come like to disagreements. Anyways, much has happened, and although I joined halfway through, I can confidently say that my bonds with President Himari and Amy are just as strong as everyone else's. Wow, that's some confidence there. Of course, Sensei. I was once told that with enough passion and brute force, things like this work out somehow. By who? Moe. Ah, yes, that makes sense. Let me read it again. Yeah, brute forcing things, yeah. Looking back, here was the one who created Super Phenomenon Task Force. Decagrammaton. Some of my favorite bosses are like from Decagrammaton. If it comes like to Total Assault with like Bina or like Final Restriction Release. The goal was to research a deity to prove its existence if possible, analyze its constitution. If such thing were possible, then it would mean it could be replicated. That is how a new god could be created. The absolute being autonomous analysis system was created based on that hypothesis. In other words, it's an artificial intelligence seeking out divinity. Originally, it was just me and the president. Then Amy brought Sensei. We've gone from this artifact to ruins to here. I have nothing special to add, so I'm randomly interjecting. Otherwise, I would have to sit idly by, and that's boring. Come here, Toki. I'll hold your hand. Thank you. For some reason, this feels unfair. Me too, me too. You too. Are you Sensei's pets or something? Anyways, I refuse to indulge in dull nostalgia, about how so much has happened or time has flown by. That doesn't align well with the image of delicate yet beautiful super genius hacker like me. And it ruins the mood. Chou Tensai Bishoujo Hacker or something like that, you know. Just like efficient hacking, everything in life should be done in a quick, clean manner, with no ramifications. Yeah, there she is, Rio. It seems she arrived while we were talking. Well, it has been a long time. She wearing some warm clothes this time. I think like it has been 2 years or so since like Volume F and since I like saw more of her. Since I saw like her, since she was like there in person, you know, like not as hologram or so. You've arrived on something rather ostentatious, haven't you? My transport ship. It's nothing special. They say the big can serve the purpose of the small. There's still a lot of room for improvement. I didn't have time to properly outfit with everything we might need for this mission. Yes, alright. You'll just say you did your best. Okay, Ryo. We were waiting for you. Sensei. Welcome, Miss Ryo. We've been waiting for precisely 5 minutes. Toki. Have you found your purpose? My purpose. So when Toki used to like work with like Ryo, you know, was like her mate. So in a sense, you know. And it was this kind of relationship where like Toki was pretty much dependent on like Ryo, you know, like giving orders on everything else. It was like that Toki was just like there following orders but not really like pursuing like her own hobbies or goals or whatever, you know. And that she was like pretty much like lost, more or less, if there's like no guiding hand. And when they got like separated also, there was like the Shinshi, there was like the Super Phenomenon Task Force and so, but she couldn't like really like fit in really, like with the CNC, like the other battle mates, you know. So she came like there with Himari and Amy and so, and this was like somewhat better with like the help of like Sensei. You know, like after all that time and everything, Ryo and Toki reconnect here, like in person, and yeah, makes like sense that she asked this question. My purpose, No, it's okay. You don't need to answer if it's too difficult. Just by seeing you now, I know the answer. Is that so? Yes. I've said it once before, but please indulge me one more time. I'm sorry, Toki. I take full responsibility for everything that happened. What? You have dramas here? I haven't seen such a heartwarming moment in a while. Don't tease me too much, Sensei. You're not teasing me? Isn't that even worse? You have something else to tell me? What is it? Listen, Ryo. Please prepare yourself for what I'm about to say. What? Is the world ending tomorrow? Did I not get the memo? It's not to that extent. Ari's and the game development department on their way here. So for those people who don't know, or those who like need a little bit of a refresher, Volume 2, Chapter 2, Ryo kidnapped like Arisu, you know, because like Arisu is a clanker, like not a human, you know. And she was like thinking, oh my gosh, this girl, dangerous, you know. She's like the she's like the what's called, Decagrammaton princess or whatever, so something like that, and has like the power to like destroy the world or something like that. She's like basically the demon king, not like the demon lord, not like the hero or so. And she was like capturing her in like her city, where they had like a device to like kill her or something like that. And again, the development department was like not really happy with that, so they took on this mission to like save the princess, you know, like from who got like kidnapped by Bowser, basically like Ryo and so, and then yeah, kicked her ass or something like that. And because of like this kind of incident, you know, it's kind of like it really a little bit awkward, you know, like when like the evil Bowser meets like with Mario and the crew with Princess Peach and everything, you know, something like that. Yeah. Obviously, like somewhere in Volume F or so, Arisu like forgave Ryo, you know. It's like the thing that is not human is a lot more human than Ryo is or so, you know. Like showed compassion, like showed forgiveness and everything. But Ryo is like still conflicted, you know. Still didn't forgive herself for the mistake that she killed, like that she almost took the life of someone who
was indeed like very human, who didn't really deserve like that treatment. And yeah, so it will be probably a little bit awkward for her. That's like why Sensei was kind of addressing that. Hey, by the way, the girl you wanted to kill, she's ought to come here, you know. And I guess she has like alarm bells like ringing, you know. Yeah. I would rather have tomorrow to be the end of the world. Sure, no, she's running away.
Amy, Toki. Understood.
Okay. We're battling again.
Let me go! I'm leaving! Toki, of all people, you can't be doing this to me! I'm sorry, Miss Rio. This is what I want to do now. This is not what I meant by that! You said that I'd be here tomorrow! Tomorrow! That's not what we agreed upon! Count on Rio. Whether they're here today or tomorrow. Does it really make a difference? Yes, yes it does. I'm not mentally prepared for today. I have to plan what I'm going to say, and above all, it is entirely irrational to change an established schedule without prior notice. It's the way the situation ended up. And more importantly, according to astrology, it will be most auspicious to meet at this time of day. You still believe in that meaningless constellation fortune telling? As I always say, astrology is one giant science combining studies of many different disciplines, including celestial statistics, events, philosophy surrounding the malleability of fate, mathematics, and physics. That is completely irrelevant right now!
They have like a fight there. Okay. The girls are coming. She out of breath. Are you okay, Rio? I'm not okay at all, Sensei. Of course, I did some things and I should pay the price for them, but I just wasn't expecting this. Rio looked at me with resentment in her eyes. While I could understand where she was coming from, it felt a little unfair. Oh. Looks like they ran on time. Not our underclassmen, it is. The helicopter arrived. And the first person who came running out was...
Sensei!
Oh gosh! Look at that. She like wearing warmly. Oh, kawaii. Like with the ear protector, scarf, fluffy jacket, like the fluffy sleeves, the fluffy like thing here. There's like a hood. He like wears a hanging, yeah, like a bag. It's like hanging on one shoulder. Great.
Sensei!
Arise! Arise jumped into my arms with all her might. Sensei almost fell! Yeah, okay, it's here on snow or like on ice.
You are really here, Sensei. I miss you immensely.
Welcome, adorable Arise.
Ah, Toki. Hello.
Oh gosh, she's like beaming. Oh gosh, so cute.
Hi, Arise. Are you not cold, Amy? Even I'm cold, and I'm all bundled up. Not at all. I actually like how cool it is. That is good to hear.
Even she's like a little bit weirded out, you know? Even though we know like she's not human, she a clanker, but it's like cool. It's like cool that she like, it's like kind of fascinating how human she is, you know?
Welcome, Arise, and everyone from the Game Development Department. Himari, how have you been? Your yellow jacket is very pretty. Oh my, thank you. You really are just the cutest, Arise.
Oh gosh, holy crap, the new fit on Mumi. Like the colors are like slightly different, are like more bright, holy crap. She looks like a penguin, you know? like that. And yeah. He really looks like a penguin.
Wee, we are here, Sensei. And everyone else? It's been a long time.
Oh gosh, the another penguin. But a lot more, I don't know. I like looking so precious, I don't know. Kawaii. No, gosh.
Hi, Sensei. Getting here was so hard. First I thought we were just going on a fun train ride, but then we had to switch to all kind of different kinds of transportation until we ended up on a helicopter, and it was so cold. To make matters worse, it ended up taking 3 whole days.
What? How many days? What the hell? Oh gosh, Yuzu. She like warm up dressed up warmly. Okay, this is like great. She looks like a little bit cold though.
Felt like going on a long distance journey in a video game. Achoo.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
My daughter, my kids, my children. Let's go. You're all here.
Yes, I'm fine. You weren't joking when you said it'd be cold. But look at all of you. Bundle up in your cute snow outfits. Thank you, Sensei. Midori picked our clothes. The designs are very similar to the gear in the game we are making. Yeah, it was an action-adventure puzzle turn-based shooter game that takes place in the Glacial Sea.
What the hell? Action, adventure, puzzle, turn-based shooter game. Is that like Girls Frontline? Is this like how it's called? I don't know how it was called, but the game is like that's basically like based on the Girls Frontline 2 battle system. Oh no, the game like where Girls Frontline 2 Exilium got like inspiration from for like the battle system. Forgot the name, but yeah, probably like something like that. I mean, they're like turn-based like RPG, you know, like with Final Fantasy. It's like more like a melee or so, but turn-based shooter. I think like about that one game. And the game is good.
Oh, of course! What do you take me for, Sensei? No, we need to get moving, but there's one last introduction to me. Mate?
Ryo. Ah yeah, Arisa greeted everyone, but not Ryo. Ryo is just like... She just ran away. Small armors. She left that one behind.
Hello, I'm the Operations Support AI Assistant for the Glacial Sea Base. Thank you for coming all the way here, Kid Department members.
No words from Amy and Toki. No words from Himari? Okay, now.
I can't handle this. AI? Drone? Oh, Dad! Like the boss thing that always tries to destroy humanity in video games? Sis, that's a bit... You're totally right, though, aren't I? That's the whole reason we came here. We're supposed to fight some mysterious AI that made a giant robot to fight us. And well, it's even more mysterious goals. Now that you mention it... No, everyone. So that's not it. You see... How do I explain this? I have no concerns. I was created to help you, and I will fulfill my role. Therefore... Ryo! It is Ryo! What? Like last time? Ryo, are you... Is this like some sort of a prank? I'm not Tsukatsuki Ryo, but... It's very nice to see you again, Ryo. Have you been well? Even if it's only through video, I would like to be able to see your face, like last time. Is that not possible today?
That's...
It is okay. I know you always have many responsibilities, so... It's just something very important is making it difficult to say hi.
Just come out, girl. Holy crap.
Still, it is a bit sad. I heard that Sensei and everyone else were going to be here. I was very much hoping to see you too.
Wait here for 1 second.
What?
Gonna pull her one ear and track her to Arise. There she is.
Sensei.
You girl, come with me. Let's go, Rio. But it's fine. I'll be with you. Now's the time to be brave. Okay. Like, Arise has no malice there. Arise, Malice Janai. I took Rio-san and started walking back outside. It might be a little bit scary to like meet the girl you wanted to kill, you know? And then she is coming here to meet you. You might be like scared, but you know, don't worry. Sensei is there with you. I was relieved when she followed. Something like that. I took her by hand. I was relieved she followed. Yeah, something like that.
It's with you? So these kind of stations I should... Yeah, Miss Rio. It's been a while. A lot of different ways. Hello, Miss Rio? Ria! I see, this happens often to adorable Arise. Additionally, she's a good height for headpads. Perhaps giving her some will help you calm down, Rio. Is that so? Hey, how come Arise is the only guy? Only one you guys call adorable? Understood. I will call you Noisy Boy from now on. I wonder what the localization was for that. Never mind, just forget it. Miss Rio, I have a lot of questions, but there's just one really important one.
Like localizations like Miss Rio, right? But I think like Rio-san, yeah, will be like a little bit more fluent to like say it.
If we were in a similar situation as back then, you could save the world by sacrificing one person. Would you still do it? Sis? Oh boy. I was passed out the whole time, so I've only heard it secondhand, but isn't that what Rio-san said? What? Why is everyone looking at me like that? This kind of thing always comes up in games right when you forget about it, so I'm working off of past experience here, okay? My point is, I don't know what Rio-san has been up to, or what she's planning to do with Sensei, but if she has the same values as she did back then, then what happens if we run into a similar problem? He's going to come up with a similar solution? Sis, that's a bit... Hold up, Midori. I deserve to have my voice heard here. I was knocked out when all of this went down. Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't Arise the one who attacked me? Actually, if I think about it a little harder, it was also Kay, right? Wait, then, how does this work? I'm very sorry, Mommy. It was all my fault. It's okay. That's all in the past, and the important thing is that we're all here together now.
Yeah. This like happened. Moe was like in the hospital room also, knocked out.
Anyways, like I said, this happens games all the time. You know, people claim that the minority should be sacrificed for the greater good, but when the tail run out, if that sacrifice ends up being them. But you weren't like that at all, Rio-san. I give you that. The city itself will warp. contorting into a new concept called the Ark, then Kivot as well. This is my fault. I hadn't fallen victim to my hubris. I hadn't created the city. I did this. So I have to stop it. What do you mean by that?
It's like the flashback to like what's it called? Was it volume F or like no? It's probably chapter 2, volume 2. Yeah.
I'm going to send a system to overdrive to stop it. My life means nothing in the face of the word survival. I must. Back at that time. So I think that we deserve to know if you're still willing to make that kind of decision. That's just the situation we are in.
Actually, it's like kind of a good question Mumei asked, even though it's like a challenge, you know, it's gonna be challenging like Rio, you know, the big sister of like Millennium. But I really like that about Mumei, you know, even though she's an idiot and to some extent and everything, she's like the driving force of the Millennium game development department, you know. And whenever, like, she has like the most courage of all of them. Like even like more courageous than like Arise. I like kind of like it when she's like moving the plot forward in a sense, you know.
Naturally, if my life is the solution to stopping destruction, I won't hesitate. However, if Arise or Toki is at risk, or anyone else for that matter, I work to the very last moment to find a different method. Truly, until we are at the end of the very end. I've always said a tendency to come to a conclusion, pursue that single-mindedly. I believe that to be the most rational approach. But I know differently now. There's even the slightest possibilities of a different outcome. I shall reach for it. Because there are some things that can't be reversed. No, that is not good, Ryo. Arise. I'm very happy that you are being so considerate of us. But to hear you exclude yourself from the list makes me very sad.
That's why
I hope you give yourself a chance too, Ryo. Because no matter how hard a game is, you can always do better on your second run. Right. That was a good example, Arisu.
yeah, you can always do a second run, a new game plus or so, you know.
Ryo, it's so strange. I'm having difficulty speaking the words I wish to speak. Did my language skill get debuffed? It's fine, it's fine. Saying these things is hard for everyone. It's a good atmosphere. Don't you agree, Sensei? I haven't seen such a heartwarming moment in a while. But now that I think about it, it hasn't been a while this time.
For me, it has been a while. It has been so long since I read like Blue Archive's main story. Or like story in general. It makes like 1 month, but like main story wise like 10 months or so. More than like less than 10 months, I probably think, yeah.
What does that mean? Anyways, I think everyone has said what they wanted. And it's efficient to keep that conversation going. Agreed. Miss Ryo's weak point is difficult topics, such as this one. I apologize on her behalf. Toki, I understand that you have no intent, but saying such things in a company, it makes Ryo's position a bit... What's wrong, Himari? The fact that I'm not very adept with these types of conversations is truth, isn't it? No, right. I need to get used to it, I must. But to protect my sanity, I must. You have it rough, Himari. I'm glad you're here, Sensei. I'd like to apologize to everyone. I've made many mistakes. And if you see me on the verge of making another one, please tell me. I'll do my best to accept if it's within the limits of what's acceptable. It would have been nice if she didn't say the second part.
Yeah.
It's a huge improvement for Ria, but she still has a long way to go.
Yeah, she's still young, I suppose. 17 or so. It's still a young age.
Ria? Sensei? Why did you bring us all the way out here? Right, you used such secretive methods to get us here too. Oh, that's... Right, we need to talk about that too. Yes, since we finally all gathered, shall we break down the current situation piece by piece?
Yeah. So, they made like Aris and everyone else come here, not only to, you know, ask questions and like forgive each other, but also they're like here for a mission, you know? Back to that.
Feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions. Oh, Himari, you totally sounded like an old grandma. Yes, sis, what if she had that?
So this was pretty much a TLDR of what I had like said of like episode 14. They only wanted to come here, you know, to like have like this little bit small talk, you know, forgive each other, like some character development, but also like, yeah, they need to join forces to like fight that thing. And we're like 1 hour in already. Holy crap. I don't think I'm not gonna complete that if it's like if like part 2.2 and 2.3, you know, like of like part 2 and part 3 of like chapter 2 is gonna be 25 episodes in total. I hope it's gonna be a little bit shorter, maybe like 16 episodes in total instead of like 24. But let's see. Let's continue. I think, yeah, sums up the current situation. Let me like not read this episode, you know? So like not read it out loud. I'm gonna give my voice a break here. I'm just gonna read silently, but I will react and comment when I like see something. How about that? So Momoin like doesn't really like believe what like was like told to her, you know, like the summation that Himari gave her. Isn't that like something like, you know, like hacker stuff, and so isn't that made up? But it's hard to believe, or it's, you know, hard to believe she doesn't like get it totally. But yeah. So current objectives like to disable the multidimensional barrier like the Gakis have like created, like the super AIs where they create more gods, so just like last time if you recall, and only like Arise was like able to tear it down. That's like why they need her help, I suppose. Which is why I asked Arise and you all for help. I'm sorry everyone. I won't be able to take care of things this time, but I'll do what I can.
Sensei, if you say stuff like that, how are you supposed to respond?
She's right, but all you had just makes us feel bad. On top of that, it is actually...
Well, it's really hard to like not read at all. But yeah. But Arise wants probably like to help like last time. Yeah. Gosh, Arise, she's so cute, man. But... oh gosh, this girl, gosh. It will be, no, nothing. It will be okay. In this world there are magic and miracles. I'm sure everything will work out. In a sense, you know, since they will not get hurt if they get hit by explosions or like bullets or so. It will work out. But she's not enough on her own. Well, she understood. They're ready to support her if she like needs something. The Sword of Light. Or I cannot live it with just my strength. It was the same back then. In order for me to equip the Blessed Sword of Light again. Oh, she needs K, yeah. Yeah, she needs K. Ah, yeah. Yeah, K gave her like the access. Which is why she was able to like unleash like the full power of her like weapon to like destroy this multi-dimensional barrier or something, yeah. Yeah, why did she have to leave? Oh, they're whispering. Like Himari, Amy, and like Toki. Ria is not really like sure about like what to do like about Kay, you know? How they can bring her back, but I think like the Super Phenomenal Task Force, you know? They do like no, like Himari's like going here out. They have like a clue. On the day we charge the Ark of Atrashis into the Peach Tim's ship. That's like volume F reference. Yeah. So Kay was transplanted now. Yeah, in her keychain door. It was like 1 kilobyte or something. Yeah, okay, 2 kilobyte. My bad. Okay, she might have like something to help. Rio has something to help. Tell us more, please. If I'm correct, what we need right now is the data from the 2 kilobyte file that you transplanted into the keychain. But we've already tried to analyze it at a bit level. There was no data there? Question mark. There will be an natural result if you utilize the generic technology of Kiwatos. Is there a different approach to this kind of data? That's...
Can you save K, Rio? Arise, please wait. We still have enough context or information. Please answer me. Can you save K, Rio?
I'm sorry. I got a little bit ahead of myself. If we were to talk about probabilities, it would be about 50-50. Now, if I were to be precise, it would be significantly less. Hey, it's still better than the gacha rates. We have a chance. And more importantly, if I fail, then whatever data you may have, vanish completely.
Arise. Does it mean if things go wrong, I might lose K for good?
What, for good? Not for good.
It's cruel to say this to you, Arise, but the final decision is yours. But to me, K is...
Oh, she's like tearing up. I bent down to Arise's eye level. Arise, What do you want to do?
What? What do you mean? But it's about Kane. If I'm the one to decide...
Yes. You're right. No one should be able to choose for Kay. However, I think you have the right to make the decision, Arise. More than anyone else in this world.
I want to...
Oh, she braced herself.
I want to see Kay again. Just once more. I want to see Kay. I really am not sure. I'm only an apprentice, and there's much of this world I have yet to learn. I tried to put myself in Kay's shoes, to understand how Kay would feel about this, but I still do not know. Kay might say to let her go. On that day, I was the one who got to stay, and Kay left. I'm sure that was not a coincidence.
Yeah, Kay sacrificed herself for Arise. For the princess, you know, for her princess. For the music. There's like the pixel time, but like in this with those instrumentals.
That is why, from here on out, these are all my personal desires. I want to talk to Kay again. I want a chance to be allies with Kay. I want to be her friend. If there's even a small chance for Kay to come back, I'll take full responsibility. If something goes wrong and I do truly lose Kay, I will not blame Rio. Really, I'm a failure as a hero. To fulfill my own desires, I'm missing send Kay somewhere I will never be able to see again. That is what I'm asking of Rio. I'm sorry, Rio. I'm very sorry.
No,
Sissy, I'm sorry to you too. I'm a greedy person. I also want to apologize to everyone else, so...
She took like the plushie keychain doll, probably handing it to like Rio and be like, Onegai shimasu. No?
I will entrust Kay to you.
Onegai shimasu.
We understand. Adults are requesting our double Arise. How could we say no?
Rio, there's no time to be dawdling about.
Let us begin. As long as I'm a Millennium's delicate yet beautiful super genius hacker who also has a degree in honor science, I'm assisting you. I will not tolerate failure. I should not reiterate. The odds of success are less than half. We will succeed, understood?
Yeah, I saw that.
I get it now. Now is the time to consider probabilities. Sese, Imari, Rio, can I go in with you?
I wonder like how she does that, you know, how does Rio do that? Arise?
Well, all of a sudden. I wouldn't recommend that, Arise. This is going to be quite a dangerous process. On top of that, if we do fail, then you will witness with your own two eyes. But I...
Imari gave me a sharp look. I was trying to decide what it meant when the realization dawned on me.
Now, Arise, in the game development department. Yes? What do I need, Sensei?
Wanna go outside for a snowball fight?
Snowball fight? Now of all times? I like it, Sensei. What a great idea. We go outside right now.
Oh gosh, Momo-ish. Let's go, Momo MVP, man. I like the I like the team building and the department. They're like really well balanced. We really need someone like Mui.
Mui? Mui, but I...
She drags him along. Fantastic. I really like the storytelling and this vision of a storyteller they do. Like, they don't have really to describe the actions, they can just like, you know, move the sprites, you know, it's like very expressive. Love that.
Seriously, Mui. Thank you, Sensei.
Leave them to me.
Be careful not to get sick. However, if you do happen to get a fever, I will stay at your bedside day and night. Now that I think about it, I look forward to that station occurring. Toki, do you want Sensei behavior or not? I'm not sure either.
Oh gosh, no. My heart. Okay.
Oh, you already at it?
Okay. Yeah, here with the CG, Momo already snowball on like Midori.
One more? Take this, Midori. That's called. It's called sis. Seriously, don't think I'm just gonna lie down. Take that.
So they're outside, they play snowball. They do like snowball fight while like Ryo and Himari like do things. Arisa's still questioning it, but I think like she will get also like into it will get snowballed, you know, that she like also like joining into the fun. And then they're gonna hear the news probably like afterwards. What are you thinking, Arisa? She doesn't know. She's worried about Kay. That's exactly why I have to do this. What does that mean? Don't you want to show Kay cool things like this? I don't know. Probably it's gonna be like the situation, you know, like in this meme of like Squidward looking out the window and when he sees like how SpongeBob and like Patrick have fun, you know? Maybe like Kay's like, oh gosh, I wanna join in too, you know? Let me, and then you're gonna leave maybe, I don't know. Yeah, there's a penguin, yo. Just never seen one in real life. Yeah, Momo is like really misinformed. Momo said one would freeze instantly upon setting foot in the polar region, but turns out that was not the case. Yeah, I still realized like something really new. You're right, and you're going to tell her about how amazing it is here. But first you have to have fun and enjoy it yourself, right? There's no time to like be really fully worried and everything, you know? They're like here for a mission, you know? But then turns out, oh, yeah, they need Aris's power, but then Aris said, oh, we can't really do it without K, and then, okay, we can help getting your K back, but there's a chance of like failing it, you know? And then while they're like working on like bringing K back, then they can like use the opportunity to have like fun here, you know, while they're at it, I think. Yeah, something like that. Aris, you're the hero. Do you let it sit on you? That Midori has like got a clean hit on you. Holy crap! Holy crap! Okay, there's a CG. Aris, she got like a more or less of snow. got like a snowball, but it's like as big as like herself. She lifts both her arms and everything. Yuzu, who was like next to her, who is next to her, doing like little snow ducks, you know, looking in shock at like the massive snowball like Aris like heaping up.
But I will not lose. Take this.
Blah! Was es like hit? Probably not.
Yeah. Midori, that was so funny. Ah! Arise landed a direct hit on Momoi. Alright, Arise, that's the spirit. Bring it on! I'm ready. I'm gonna go easy on you, Momoi. Midori.
Oh gosh. This is great.
I should sneak behind and aim for the back.
Oh, she's in her box. The sensei's gonna join in too, what?
Then, me too.
Sneaking from behind the attack.
Ah!
Ah!
Sensei, you too?
Ha ha ha, you all let your guard down. In this cold-blooded merciless no fight, trust no one. Letting down your guard means giving up your life. Actually, you know this Yuzu box, it had a QR code. Actually, I want to scan it and see what it leads me to.
I see how this, Sensei. I, Cybermoi, won't stand by and accept defeat. You're what string rule, Sensei. String's true, Sensei, but that means you're also prepared, right? I know this. This Bellum Omnium contra Omnis. The war of all against all. That's right. In my first snow fight, I can't even trust Sensei.
She left her at the box. You could have stayed longer in your box. There was a QR code I wanted to scan. I'm gonna look for a PG afterwards, I suppose.
Ah, how could this happen? But I won't go down that easily.
Okay, that's fun. Was she back in her box? Okay, there's a QR code. Let me scan. I wanna like see where that leads me to. I'm sure Sensei's just playing along. Yeah, probably. Hello, Nathaniel. Or like, you're like known under the name of like, what's called? You're the chicken man, KFC lover or so? Hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, the QR code doesn't work. I was like trying to scan the QR code. It's like on the top, right on the box of like user. Interesting. Yeah, okay. But yeah, looked like very convincing. I'm reading here like part 2 of like Decagrammaton or so. We're not at the Clanker part with like the Gakis yet also. We're not like meeting, how it's called? Tipa Ref yet. I think that's like the part. But yeah. I try my best like not to read too much of episode 15 to like kind of like get always in my voice, but yeah. Just like reading silently. But still, sometimes I can't help but to like read. We spend a long time throwing snowballs at each other, laughing, yelling as we run through the snowy fields. At that time, we needed something like that. Yeah, they do need that. I watched them for a little bit as they gleefully reveled in the novelty of snow and ice. With their attention diverted, I quietly slipped back into the base. Okay, I don't need to read that much. Okay. They need data fields. What does it actually mean? It's just 2 kilobytes on like that device that, you know, like the key doll, that keychain doll that Arise gave her. Oh, Okay, they're going to bear has the resurrections. So this episode was basically okay, strategy meeting. The free reason like they're here, that they need like Aris's power to like break the multi-dimensional barrier. Couldn't like really do it. So because Aris recalled, yeah, I needed like K for that, so she can grab me access to like fully unleash the power of like the Sword of Light or something, like to break the barrier. And then it came to the topic, yeah, I have like this 2 kilobyte of her data, you can resurrect her or something like that. And yeah, and while they're like working on that, they're like playing here in the snow, since they just like, you know, got the clue, something like that. And it seems like during the end of the episode, it seems like it's going smoothly, it's going like fluently, you know. And we go in the next episode, pretty much like what happened here. If I read it like just silently for myself, I'm like done in 5 minutes. But if we do on stream, I do my commentary, like what I think about stuff. And yeah, it takes like maybe 30 minutes for each episode. 25 minutes or so. It's like already like, I don't know, I'm like 90 minutes in, only like, we're like about 3 episodes or so. Like right now I'm here on episode 16. Let me edit that. 16. So back to the Gakis. It's time! They're like, while we like summoning Aris's companion K, they're like waking up their big sister Malkuth, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Like I thought. They wake up the elder sister. If we go to the top right and go for a skip, we see a little bit of a summary. K and Malkuth both come to life, also in different locations. Yeah, okay. I kind of spoiled myself like what this episode contains, but it was kind of predictable, you know? So... I like how the background looks like now. It's like all red, you know? Like alarm code red. Okay, they're saying some complicated stuff that I don't understand. They know a lot of things, but they're like, I'm not sure still. Okay. But overall, they're like processing data, making sure that like everything like works properly to like awaken her, and then yeah. There was something about multi-dimensional barrier, huh? Energy supply stabilized, temporarily disabling the multi-dimensional barrier. Gosh, I wonder like if Sensei and Co have like kind of a way to find out if this activated or deactivated. If they like find out it's now deactivated, you know, they can like just rush in without K. Praying that the ancestor Malkuth safely awakes in this land, yeah. I'm a fast reader, I just like reading my own minds, so... I'd save myself maybe like 5 or 7 minutes. Now let's discuss k.saf, save file. Utilize every possible means that might disturb or analyze it, but they yield no results. As many data feeds as possible. Cover every single data storage device. Ah, this is what they mean, okay. Huh. You need proper environment for the nameless gods kind of files. Elaborate. Let me read it out loud. I think that's more interesting. This gets interesting here. Okay. If K-Saf really is a key or a trace of the nameless gods, then it won't be compatible with the data storage types we used to. If I were to make an analogy to biology, it's the proper medium for the situation. Which means... It means... And she doesn't explain it. It's just like fades to black, indicating like a little bit of a time skip or so. Then Himari then, oh, I get it, you know. So you're creating this living conscious being? The old me would have denied the living classification, however. I'm no longer sure of how, or to what extent we are able to define life. So in a way, yes. In regard to homeostasis, feedback and self-consciousness, there are definitely aspects of it that could be interpreted that way. Okay, Sensei exactly has like share my sentiments there. Toki, Amy, you're both incredible. I've no clue what's being said right now. Do not worry, Sensei. I have zero understanding of the situation. It really seems like the Toki is like really based on like a Sakuya from like Toho, right? Looks like really cool, elegant, you know? But actually like really dumb. Like Sakuya. They're just stupid. But it seemed like I knew what I was doing. Thank you for saying that. However, everything I know is simply from watching Rio. Even though I'm only following their orders. And right now, because I've completed my orders and bored, the more that you play with me. Okay. Even for me, that was really strong perfect line, befitting of her mate. Please hurry and compliment me. She's stupid, she's so stupid. Oh my gosh. And here I was wondering what you were up to, Toki. You're trying to sneak off and hog Sensei all for yourself. Oh gosh, dragging her away. Sensei, you're not obligated to play with me at some point. Just the two of us, it's a promise. You may not have made a promise, but I did, okay? Yeah. Actually, I have to read her bone story at some point to like really understand her personality, you know. For now, I just get the impression she's like pretty much inspired of like Sakuya. Cool, elegant, from an outside, but actually like stupid. This may sound contradictory come from an honest being, such as myself. Okay, banter time. I can skip that. I'm just reading it silently, not like pointing it out, but Himari's Sho Tensai Bishoujo Hakka kind of comments are like just Okay, going back to like more serious stuff, which exactly was trying to limit and control this field of knowledge to begin with. More often than not, humanity has a tendency to attempt to utilize knowledge that we don't really understand. So the past repeats itself. Yes, the past repeats itself. Are preparations complete? The first round, yes, but the next step is crucial. Now we need to transplant K to this data field. There's nothing necessarily difficult to be done on our end. Our job is to watch. However, by any chance, if something unexpected happens, then the only option available to us is physical force. Understand now, expose this data disk to an external environment, so that you could disconnect it at any moment. Wow, Togi actually understood it, huh?
As in to destroy it if something strange happens. To summarize, yes. Why are you staring at me like that, Ryo? I was anticipating your protest to my methods. They're too savage, that is typical of me.
Ryo, do you have some kind of PTSD to get like judged and everything? Because I have that too at sometimes.
I can acknowledge reality, even if I'm being modest. This is a clean, elegant method. And above all, no one is more intimately familiar with the nameless God's power than you are. I have no intention of judging or criticizing your work in your specialized field. Thank you. I do hope we don't have to resort to that. Preparations complete on this side. You may start whenever you are ready.
So they're doing the magic on like make a miracle happen. Copying case self. It's like processing it. Loading bars full. Done. I like that animation they did there with that.
K-self was successfully transferred to the data field. Confirmation of self-replication from K-self.
Save, yeah.
The speed, the data encroachment is too fast. How much further is it going to go? Just saw it, we're still within the expected range. Occupancy at 96, 97, 98%. Proliferation ended. It may not be proliferating any longer, but the data is diverging from the inside instead. Himari, we're getting a signal. Please confirm.
It's alive! She back.
To be born is to be thrown to the world. Birth is rarely the result of will. We are a small boat lost at sea, a wanderer stumbling on a moonless night. Thence, conflicts are born, hatred festers, and sins are committed upon others.
Oh, you're witnessing the awakening of like Markov.
The signal! There's a signal! Yes, there's no mistaking it. The signal is... Birth begins as a curse, and one must dispel it. To be born, the infinite is the greater finality. With birth comes destruction.
It? Yeah, more or less actually. Oh, she opened her eye.
And thus the bird that hatches from its eggs will soar towards our god.
Markov actually pretty.
Finally! We can finally meet! Oh, all of our work was in vain.
Fangirly. Gosh. More or less, it's a cry. It's crying. But I guess she's the biggest fan of her own creations. Like, yeah, big sister, I suppose.
Don't cry. Don't cry. It's a good day. It's the greatest day. Aren't you holding back tears yourself, Soph? You're not supposed to acknowledge it when someone's trying to be strong. Touch upon the ends of land and bear witness. Bestow life where sin has been wrought, and again shall rise. Sing to the righteous and silence the unscrupulous. Dawn upon the dark night and heal those wounded. Hello, elder sister. Welcome. We sacrificed all we had and waited for you? We really waited all this time? Or this moment was this world worth enduring? As I relay the words of the beginning, let there be light. Your name is the kingdom. Now rise up and prove thy existence. And so I asked, who are you? I am the will brought forth from the flagship, a pilgrim from the kingdom, hailing from the end of the world.
and a name to prove myself. I am Minecraft. Now going back to where the million girls are. The Super Ultra Phenomenon Task Force.
This promise.
Rio collapsed. Okay, this was a lot of work, I suppose.
Rio? Hold on, she's okay. Her legs gave away because she was overwhelmed. I guess Miss Rio's human after all.
The thing is, like, she tried to kill Arise, right? And she came back, she forgave her, but there's still like the K in Arise, right? I think K might not forgive her. So it's like, oh, you tried to kill my bridges, I'm gonna murder you, you know, and Rio's just like collapsing because of the thought of that. Oh no, the consequence of my own actions. And then surprise Pikachu face, or I don't know. Yeah. Tried to kill Arise, Arise forgave her. Okay, let's go further. Okay, fading into black. Okay. Oh. Okay, Aris is still dead. The barrier, yeah. The multi-dimensional barrier. Everyone, hold on. Let's... Something talk.
You get to choose who you want to be. Please let me apologize to you.
That's Arise? Or like, hey.
I do not know you, but I thought about how I would feel if I were in your shoes.
That's often Arise's point of view. Or like, not K's point of view, but Arise saying that.
And it taught me a lot to decide the purpose of my existence is.
My precious princess.
That is why I like the name.
Arise? Yeah. My precious.
That is why I like the name.
The recording gain development department Arise. Oh, let's go. Okay. Ah, let's go. You remember? Omoidashita.
It is a name that came to be just because of a mispronunciation, like my name Arise. There's no reason, meaning or purpose behind K.
Oh, flashback. Yeah, she sacrificed herself for Arise. They unleash like the full power.
My precious Arise.
I like the effects for like how the coded things turn out to be like names. Like fully remembering it. It's like Arise's sprite, but like with pinkish red eyes. Representing like K.
Route the signal to the monitor. Displaying output.
They succeeded! Let's go!
Korewa.
This is...
It's just as I thought. Even I don't quite know what to say in this moment. There are times when we are just meant to observe. Yes, I suppose so.
Not the hologram? Oh! Let's go!
Amy, please connect all external output sensors. Detecting a massive amount of external output signal from data entity I'm presuming to be K. I got it. Give me a minute.
Okay, some Carter wish and then what? Some code and then yeah.
What did you do to me?
Until we continued. Okay, the episode was basically like both creatures awakens, like Kay and like Malkuth. Well, like Malkuth was like a little more epic on the with her awakening. With Kay, it seems like, yo, holy crap, what did you do? You know, it was a little bit of a flashback, you know, a little bit of a thing. That like, you know, kind of like the memories of flashbacks of like that Arise found like that Kay is like something with like a worth, you know, like with a name, giving like a meaning. In case like my precious Arise, you know, something like that. Okay, we go into episode 17. This was like about 10 to 15 minutes. Hope like it's 10, but probably like longer. But I have like to somewhat skip some text, like on reading, if I feel like it's gonna be like, yeah, not contributing too much on like what I could comment on, but yeah. Okay, and that is how he woke you up. Yes, Rio especially played a very large role. Please give her credit, Kay. And of course, I'm the one who worked the hardest to follow Rio's orders. To save glazing. Yeah. Himari commenting on this safe glazing. And yeah, and then Rio just commenting, yeah, I did the most of the work. Shall we check the logs again? You don't seem to have changed much since I fell asleep. Hi, KK. What the hell, Sensei? Did you even call her like that in the original Japanese kind of script? It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. Do not call me KK. More importantly, where's this place? I'm not completely knowledgeable of every environment existing within Kivatos. Something about this location feels fundamentally unfamiliar. Good opening. We're the Glacial Sea. The Glacial Sea? The Glacial Sea? Why have you brought me here? We'll tell you everything, but let's take things one step at a time. Shall we introduce ourselves first? You're already well acquainted with me and Rio. Kay. Yes. Hello, Kay. I'm Asuma Toki. I once adopted you and Arise. Peace. Is that why you consider introduction? I'm Izumimoto Ebi. Nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you, I suppose. I'm Kay. Although that's simply a moniker born of a pronunciation. But the princess said she liked it, so... I'd like to express my gratitude for saving parts of my data. Also, I live in a state of being swung around constantly due to your decision to transfer me to a keychain door. All things. What, you even like sense that? You're just data, how can you sense that? She was alive, really? Oh. Like a slumber, like feeling that she has been swung around. Normally I don't assume that, you know. Okay, cool. My memories. Was I tied to a mob? At least it's swung around? Oh yeah, she was like also like on the maid uniform, you know, like on Arise's maid outfit, you know. When Arise had like her broom there, her mop, on the one end there was like the keychain doll, yeah. That's because we had no other choice? Does that count as an excuse to you? This might sound peculiar, but I already somewhat know each of you. The princess shared information about you during our time together. However, your understanding of me is likely. This is an opportunity for us to learn more about each other, right, Kay? You're looking forward to it. Understood for now. And now that I say it, where's the princess?
Right about that. I want to introduce you to some people, KK. Again, do not call me KK.
Is she like Tsundere now?
Now, from my understanding, you're the type to blandly ignore such requests, Sensei. And stop making that alpha expression that says, wow, you know me so well. Well then, who do you wish to introduce me to? That's... Huh? A Momo talk from Sensei? Everyone, let's go play again right now. What? Already? Yes, already, Momoe. I would like to play more.
they were so invested, let's go. Yeah, use it tired. Let's go, that's a good call.
Come on, use this tired anyway. And Sensei said they'll make us hot cocoa. Hot cocoa from Sensei? That is a very rare item. I cannot miss this opportunity.
Let's go.
That's what I'm saying, let's go. What? No fierces! Wait for me! User, get up! Cocoa, that's so nice. Yeah.
Actually, I would also get baited by that as a kid.
Where's the cocoa? Sensei! Get back! Yes, we want to play more, but recovery is also important. Welcome. Here, 4 cups of hot cocoa. Thank you, Sensei. Wow, it's so warm. You're not having any, Sensei? Ah, you had coffee? Okay.
I imagine Sensei be a little bit sleep deprived with like eye rings under the eyes. Dark eye rings. Okay, they recovered. And then movie tracked Arise.
When Arise, would you like to go in first? Into the base? Why would I be the one to go first? Cause there's someone waiting for you, someone who wants to see you before anyone else.
Oh, the music. Oh, I haven't had a song in a long while. Ah. When piano music plays in Blue Archive, it's gonna be serious.
Someone who wants to see Arise first? Could it be?
I'm gonna make it loud, I suppose. Okay, that's good. That's good enough.
But why me specifically? Wait, could it be? Now, let's go, Arise. Okay, understood. However, I would like you to be by my side, Sensei. Is that okay? Thank you, Sensei. And just one more thing. Please hold my hand tightly. I am shaking very much. It is difficult to even stay standing. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. Really, truly.
Yeah, they met. It has been so long. It has been like more than 3 years. More than 2 years, yeah. Like about 3 years in total. Oh, but when has it been? When did it happen? Volume F? I think like 2021. Oh no. It has been really like about 2-3 years. And such a long time. Say something, you two. Now, Arise makes the first step. In physically and then in words.
Okay, right? Princess. It really is you, okay? Princess, Okay! Please, never ever say that you must disappear. Never again. Never say that this is how things should be, or that is the correct course of action. Ever.
That's...
I beg of you, Kay. Because right now, I do not have the language to begin to describe how happy I am. I'm very happy to see you again, Kay. That's hard for me to believe that this is truly before my eyes. Thank you, Kay. Really. Thank you. So grateful. Thank you for coming back to me. Never ever.
Yes, I understand, Princess. Everything will be okay now.
Thank you, Marie, Rio, Amy, Toki, and Sensei too. Thank you so much. Despite my failures as a hero, you brought Kay back to me. I do not know how I will ever repay this debt. There's no need to thank us, Arise. That bright and shining smile of yours is reward enough. Yes, Kay's existence here proves my theory is correct. It's more than sufficient for me as well. Yeah, please. Aris is like thanking from my whole heart, and he was like, yo, yeah, my theory has been correct. It's pretty sufficient. Like data, everything. Just say like, yeah, no problem. Let me speak again. Now, it's true that you're the one who brought Kay back to life, but it's me, barging into this emotional, wholesome scene.
I'm gonna reduce the limit.
You. Sis? I'm so sorry. I really tried to stop her. You had the audacity to knock me clean out. Don't even try to pretend that you don't remember, because I do. I pretend no such thing. Ethically, I believe it is an act that I should apologize for. However, personally, I find the thought of that distasteful. Cyber Moe. Kiki? Kiki? I like your spirit at least. My old foe, what is your reason? Because you were such a bad influence on the princess. You forced the princess to remain awake to play your video games, yet constantly fast asleep first. That's because in the game development department. You also would feed her cola late at night, and did not ensure her brushed her teeth afterwards. Is Kay becoming like mama or something? But there was zero cola. Probably. And how can you defend a pure excuse for a diet? For the sake of health, the princess diet should consist of more fiber and plant-based nutrients. You're wrong, but I don't like vegetables either. You do, you should like eat some vegetables as well, you gamer girl. Precisely, this doesn't apply to just the princess, but all of you as well. Each of you would benefit from a healthier lifestyle. I beg of you, take care of yourselves. You have no clue how She's like a mom. Holy crap. You don't need to breathe in your current state now. You're feeling overheated. I could increase the cooler output. Oh gosh, I like her. I haven't like seen much of her personality, but now it's like, yeah, she really cares about Arise. And like everyone around here, I guess. I was utilizing an idiomatic expression. How could you possibly be less adept than me at data flow? At reading in a room, Rio. K? Yeah, she roasting. Rio, I'm very sorry, it's all my fault, okay? So Lisa give her. Princess, this... I don't think there's anything to apologize for, Arise. I don't understand why it was only a larger anger spike in Kay's cognitive circuit system. In a way, I'm glad Miss Rio is the way she is. Moving on, why did the summon me? Or rather, the princess and her friends to this place. Okay, when they explain it, oh, we need you to break the dimensional barrier, and then yeah, something like that. But overall, we have like we have that reunion and everything, which is like pretty nice. Cutting to the chase, how logical. I like it. Okay, we want you and Aris to destroy the multi-dimensional barrier again. Yeah, okay. Ria, hello. You need to give context in these conversations. Wait, I cannot stand idly by after hearing that. The multi-dimensional barrier. When you say those words, are we speaking of the same thing? Okay, it's a little bit of a long story. Aris, everyone else, please listen closely to this review. With a little bit of a time skip, okay? Okay, little bit of a banter there. Between you and Sensei and Toki, what does that even mean? Then we go to skip. Okay, it was like not really important. It took a lot of effort, but eventually settled down from the rowdy atmosphere, and I meticulously explained everything that had happened to Kay. So in conclusion, yes, to repeat what I said earlier, we want you and Aris to destroy the multidimensional barrier. The barrier's very existence puts Kivatos in. I decline. The shock from Himari and like Rio. This taste. It's a flavor claiming there's something important that has yet to be discussed. What sort of flavor are you? Never mind. More importantly, it's impossible for you to even taste me to begin with. It was an expression I left from cultural resource document in the CNC club room. Huh? Did she like imitate like Bruno Bucciarati? More or less. But as she said, we currently lack a crucial element of the story. To simplify things, destroying the multi-dimensional barrier means putting the prince's life at risk. Yeah. You may point to our last successful attempt, but all I can say is that we were incredibly fortunate. We were fortunate that it was just me. What? What did you say? Aris and Keke?
So even you are calling me Keke now. Could you explain exactly what happened? Yes, a six-person explanation is needed, and with everyone gathered here, there's no better time. A little bit of a fade back into black. Can explain what happened to her and Arisa aboard Udna ships that day, and everyone was...
Whoa, I'm sorry, Aris. We had no idea.
Aris...
Keke.
Stop. We must reflect on this. I apologize, Kay, but no, that was the case. Apologies are unnecessary. You were unaware. With that being said, Princess.
Yes?
Why did you so blindly accept this mission? You know very well what destroying the multidimensional barrier means for us. For you and me.
You're right. I'm very sorry, Kay.
I knew I really did, but I did not want to worry the others by telling them. It's unthinkable what happened to you during.
You do not have to worry about that, Kay. Because with friendship and courage, you can overcome anything. Power friendship! You, Mari, Imi, Toki, everyone from the kindergarten department, and above all Sensei, are with me.
No, Princess, that's... No, it's okay. I understand why you think this way. None of this is your fault, in fact. You, Sensei, you're the one to blame.
Whee!
Wait! I'm innocent! Why me? You are the one who planted the seed of upset hopes in the princess. You're not going to say Hope is awful illness or something, are you? Anything that harms the princess is bad.
Kay? Come on, Kay, please, for my sake.
Yeah, they need to cooperate with like Kay somehow. They're not gonna go far if using the same weapon to destroy the multi-dimension barriers, like putting their life at risk, you know? Like one of them is gonna go again.
She's right, asking Aris and Kay to destroy the multi-dimension barriers out of the question. Which brings us back to the original issue.
Yeah, how do I do that? Now Malkuth is like awakened or so, maybe waiting for them to attack and then they can attack back. Determine your next steps.
Regarding that, what is the concept of the multi-dimension barrier and the prophets?
Prophets, yeah.
Okay, they both don't get it as well. Yes, sir, precisely. I believe you have a sufficient understanding of the situation. However, what mission are the prophets currently carrying out? Are they not hiding within the multi-dimension barrier? Secretly scaring about? Kinda like a scared snail or turtle hiding in its shell? Agil Anaji Momoi, whatever they may be doing inside that chair is currently concerning. However, for the current moment, really simply observing and tracking the activity would be sufficient. That's a sufficient approach. How did we overlook something so simple? It's understandable. The multi-dimension barrier created a nearly insurmountable crisis in Kivatos and first encountered. It is only reasonable that this reappearance will elicit a pressing sense of disaster. Humans judge a future based on past experiences after all. I see, well said, Kay. But then, what should we do now? Would anyone like to play Tales Saga Chronicle?
Aris, why?
I would rather die, princess. Maybe the experience will be different if you played Kay. You may feel nostalgic as brings back good memories of the past.
It's absolutely not possible with that game. You know that well enough for that, princess.
That is true, but...
Yeah, Tales Saga Chronicles was like a trash game. We did like witness a lot of it by reading. Just like how they play through. It's kind of interesting, like the writing, you know, like writing like how someone is playing a game. Okay, consider seriously the next steps.
To begin, let's make a body for Kay.
What?
What?
Excuse me. What is a sudden turn conversation?
Currently, Kay is essentially a vegetative state from her neck down. Any frustration or dissatisfaction she feels may be multiplied tenfold due to this. I understand. That further exacerbates Kay's violent tendencies and stimulates productive conversation. A logical analysis of the scenario.
Oh, that makes sense. Why is the music so... This is like trouble for like Kay now?
Thank you for understanding, Sensei, Himari.
No. Please, Sol. Do not exclude me from this conversation. Your involvement in this issue gives me a particularly uneasy feeling for some reason. Yeah, some ugly robot, yeah. She has like some really interesting design choices, you know, like Rio. If it's like normal armor, it's okay, but like avant-garde, for example, it looks so ugly.
But how will we make her, buddy? I can handle it. I brought as many armors with me as I could, so I should have enough spare parts and materials.
Are you listening to me? Do you not hear me informing you of the unbearable and pending doom I feel about the fact that Ryo's the one carrying out this task?
President, which armor do you plan on starting with? Well, although I'd normally be the one taking orders in situations. Don't worry, Ryo's tastes are always very unique.
I told you to stop! The expression unique doesn't inspire the confidence in this endeavor! You are relative intelligent perspectives and individuals, no?
You understand my concerns? Are we really going to make Kay a body, Ryo? Does it mean I would be able to touch and feel Kay again? princess!
Yes, this may seem out of line coming from me. No, she's smiling. But please trust me, Arise.
Thank you, Ria. You too, Himari.
Of course, Arise. We'll do our best.
You need to listen when someone's talking to you. I'm asking for someone to hear me out.
Calm down, Kay. We're all trying to help you.
Yet you're completely ignoring the opinion from the one being helped. I'm begging you to stop asserting someone who's pretending to pursue rationality in the name of forcing her own twisted aesthetics upon me.
Calm down, Kay. They're already getting started. Oh, banter. Okay. Some fun. Ah, gosh. Okay. Fun. Don't know she. Okay. This was some reunion. They're making a buddy for her. Now, episode 18. What about the danger? We're gonna read silently, I suppose, if there's something. Oh, okay, I should read. Holy crap, she's beautiful. Oh crap. Wings. A big freaking head. Okay, maybe I should read. Oh, Iron collapsed.
Hey, wake up! Don't pass out when elder sister's finally here!
Actually, I should give you my deepest gratitude for being the first to do, Sir Ein. For I was on the verge of fading as well.
Holy crap, she's beautiful!
If evil, why hot? Clank, 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 clank. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, the design. Mecha. I don't know. It's so clean. White, black, yellow. This the big ass hat. Holy crap. I'm not gonna comment on like the outfits. I'm not gonna comment too much on it, but it's amazing. Okay. Hello, Ein. Okay, what should I give her actually? Hello, Sof.
Oh my gosh!
Hello, Oh.
Yes! Hello, elder sister.
Oh, they're really pleased.
Markov! You remembered our names. I was worried you weren't going to remember us, but doesn't matter. Now that elder sisters are working, we will fulfill our objective to perfection.
The music's so cheerful all of a sudden. What do you require of me?
Nothing at all, elder sister. You can just stay right here. Yeah, because you have us. Perfect engineers, scientists, and above all, younger sisters. So please just relax and trust everything to us. So I'm in charge of your physical support and equipment management. Also, do you like machines? I like them a lot. I'm Sub. I'll be taking care of all your periphery weaponry systems. If anyone here starts spouting ridiculous nonsense, I can take off that too. And I am All. I'm here to keep all things perfectly balanced for you. I shall make it so no one can lay even a single finger upon you. Please be at ease. Then, that's all introductions. If you don't mind then, you too?
I would like to pose a question. Ein, Sof, Oh. Are you not already well acquainted with me? Well, why do they ask her to introduce herself, you know, if they already know her? It's just like for us gamers. For the invisible audience.
Well, that's true, but... so it's, how would one put this? If possibly desire to hear it from your voice.
I do not quite understand. However, I fear I must accept your supplication. Again, hello, Ein. Hello, Sof. Hello, all. I am Markov, the 10th prophet of Decagrammaton. The pilgrim from the kingdom that reached the end of the world, the last Sephir and the final will, the rise of the journey that converges of a single path. No, she already said that, you know. It's just like, I'm the bone of my sword, steals my body, fires my blood, or something like that, right?
The brilliant intelligence follows the path of the tenth. Cast a shining light over all lands. Every shall worship the pilgrim of the kingdom that reach the end of the world. Elder sister!
She went off. Oh, yeah, gushing from like up close.
No fair, I want a hug from elder sister, I want headbands.
Oh gosh, they're like fangirl.
Me too, elder sister.
Oh gosh. Okay, maybe I can skip a lot of that. Like not reading. No, Marco approached her, head petting her, I suppose.
Huh?
There.
Elder sister. Hehe, hehe, Oni-sama.
Something like that, probably like, you know, probably like that.
It's not fair. You want elder sister huggies too.
That's right. Huggies nice, but being huggies are different. Desire.
Us too.
Well, it must be fair just to live our life without consequence. Therefore. Oh gosh, they revived her just to fangirl her, I suppose, get fan service. So, fantastic. Okay, but I think like this has like later on like a lot more consequences. For now, it's like more lighthearted, but once this ends, gonna like see. This trouble, shame upon you. Well, the sister reprimanded us, corrected them, oh yeah. For now, she didn't show much personality, but she can care about other people. What's the next step? Declaration of war? A declaration. Of what? It would appear she has once again acquired more meaningless speaking, habits used by strange humans from somewhere.
You're right, that's a habit from humans, but doesn't mean that it's meaningless, does it? They call it a violation of a treaty.
Meaningless play from humans begin with? So? No. Okay, they're roasting each other. Then okay, don't think it's a bad idea. Why not doing what Soft suggests, like from Markov, declaration of war? Did I start a battle? Beef with like, oh gosh. Oh gosh, they don't have a plan. Now they're starting beef. What the hell? Okay, back to the Super Phenomenon Task Force.
Good luck, everyone. As Amy said, that's a straight labor of love.
Oh yeah, building a body for K, yeah.
I do feel a certain sense of accomplishment now, though. However, is this really acceptable? What's the problem, President? It's efficient. At least it's from certain perspectives, so it's fine, right? Ryo-san, please say something. You're the one who led the whole project. It's avant-garde.
Avant-garde is like kind of ugly, yeah.
Okay. Would you like to tell us how you feel?
She has a halo, holy crap. A face, holy crap. It's a little bit ugly, but kind of like, it has a lot of charm. Like the face, the monitor, the screen, and the face of that. Okay, you perform.
I demand that I be returned to my data form. That's an option, Kay. Everyone works so hard for you. Personally, I especially like this wheel structure. Bipedal walking can be inefficient after all. And if you ever need to flee, these boosters will grant you the needed output. It's the very bottom of rationality, befitting of Miss Ryo. Yeah, you can protect Ari-san everyone now. That's right, Kay. There's an old saying, if you run, you gain 1. If you move forward, you gain 2. You shouldn't run away here.
Do you even know what that means?
Honestly, no.
Ah! Himari! Hey yo! You have a responsibility to speak here! Just what is this?
I refrain from comment. Unfortunately, I suddenly remembered a very urgent matter I must attend to immediately.
She just wheeled off.
Why are you running away?
It's avant-garde.
Is that the only thing you're capable of saying now?
Calm down, Kay. At least you can move around now. Kay, I'm so happy for you. Would you like a handshake?
You're the worst, Sensei.
Why? I mean, it's not like I don't get why, but why?
Yeah, kind of pissed that they got like such a body.
Anyways, is it time to get ready?
Ready for what exactly? I do not have a good feeling about this.
To meet the princess who's waiting for Kay, of course.
Can I please just go back to being Data?
No, you can't, Kay. Above all, that would definitely make our daughter Aris very sad.
Why do you choose now for all times to say the right thing?
Yeah, convinced her, right? So we're already in the sixth episode of like part 2 of like chapter 2, I suppose. Go. Okay, don't need to read like much here, but it's like Momi like kind of like describing, or like pretty much like happy that they're like in a different place. It's like sightseeing here. We'll talk from Sensei, kind of giving a go. It's time to like meet Kay in her body. Kay kind of like finds this design cringe. They're like, she is like in. Imari also sees it's kind of cringe, but Ryo's like, oh, it's avant-garde, it's perfect. It's like befitting to my taste. But now it's like the question, how will the game department react?
How was everyone doing?
Warm enough? Oh, they're coming in.
Yahoo, Sensei, we've been waiting. Give me a high five.
High five.
Then it's done, right?
Oh, she has a smug face. Yeah, it's done.
When can we meet her?
Ima. Right now.
Papa. What a dejected face. Not proud at all. Momo is shocked. Midori is smiling a little bit. He's like surprised, but also like, you know, Momo. The first one to crack up.
What's with that look, Kay?
I mean, it's really obvious who made it, but still.
Sis, you should laugh like. I'm sorry, Kay. It's too much of me too. As usual, it's like holding her laughter back, yeah. Pretty good at controlling her emotions, huh?
So, it's very distinctive.
Sensei. What's wrong, Kay? Please kill me. Don't be so discouraged. I think you look quite cool. Okay, now the final judgment from Arise here.
Kay?
Princess, this is, so it's... My apologies. I don't quite know why I'm apologizing, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. And for my current appearance.
Huh? What's wrong, Kay? I think you look really amazing.
Oh.
Above all, you're okay. No matter how you look. So we'll say one more time. Hello, Kay.
Hello, Princess. I'm pleased to see you again.
And can you call me Arise from now on? I know it will be difficult to change right away, but...
What? But, Princess...
Please, we can adjust to it slowly, okay?
Princess. Understood, Arise.
Yes, okay? Thank you, really. I didn't expect you to be out here, Rio.
I just wanted to make sure my design was working as intended.
Is that so? I believe I recall you claiming that simulations are sufficient substitute for field testing. I said this once.
Huh?
This all thanks to you.
Himari.
Mark my words. I don't intend to and will never acknowledge you as superior to me. However, I will never be petty about or belittle your achievements. That's not an attitude befitting of a scholar. Naturally, I do have some disagreements on case design, however. You're the one who made this happen.
Yes.
That being said, attention everyone, it's getting rather cold, so let's migrate back into the base. I've prepared a warm bath for all of you. It'd be a rather large setback if any of you were to catch a cold, so let's hurry back inside. As expected, Himari, you know your stuff? Thank you, Himari. We are being a burden in a lot of ways. Thank you.
Ah, I like that. It's like, I don't know, it's like pretty wholesome. Even though there's like a lot of banter and yeah.
It's getting dark outside, so please avoid leaving from now on.
But you know, even despite like all of the bad things or like and like the seriousness can come in, it manages to like be lighthearted and positive, you know, the storytelling. Oh yeah, I came up feeling called Amy. Shocking data. They're wanting to start with a schedule, but now I think like declaration of war from like the prophets. They found something. Declaration of war? Question mark?
It's an emergency, everyone. Please return to your posts.
They want to like rest, you know, after like the cool reunion, the light-heartedness, positive, and then now, okay, let's go back to serious modes, you know.
Davida! Find somewhere safe to sit, and please stay put. What is happening, Himari? To cut to the chase, it's a signal from a new prophet. The coordinate seems to be from the same location where we last detected strong signals, where the multidimensional barrier currently is.
It's like T-Perif now? Or like Gebera? No, Gebera was like last time.
This time is less of a burst and more constant, so we are able to identify it.
The entity of a new prophet?
That's right, Sensei. The signal is the 7th prophet of Decagrammaton.
Netzach?
Correct, Sensei. And the tree of Sephiroth Netzach is the 7th. Sorry for interrupting you, President Himari. We are forcibly connected to an unidentified communication line.
Oh. Declaration of war?
Well, there was so curious about what your friends were doing. And here you still are.
Okay, to be continued. So, now episode 7 of like part 2. So, I think it will be 8 episodes or so at max. Maybe? It's episode 19. Yep. If it's like 60 episodes in total instead of like 24, it might be doable. Like doing 2 parts like today.
Princess. No, Arise, come this way. Something the matter here?
And Six is telling me that revealing all access to his children would be dangerous.
Hello? You better be careful. We're now going to do something very scary to y'all.
Well, I still have significant doubts about the necessity of this match itself insisted.
Yes, right now, yeah. declaring a war against all of you?
A declaration of war. Let's hear that out. Before that, it would appear you finally completed Netzach.
You're wrong. Netzach, dearest Netcha. Netzach was already completed a long time ago.
But I probably sense it's like Markov.
Yeah, we were just hiding Netzach a bit so it could become the Steam continent. No, naturally it's beyond comprehension to perceive what an incomparably prodigious feat this was. It simply is the way of life for people of your feeble caliber. But what a shame, what a shame. I must feel pity for you.
Steel continent.
Oh, not even Tsukatsuki Rio figured out. Again, it only makes sense. Great job, Ein. Expected. Look at you achieving the unimaginable league. It's just another day. That's what it's to be us. Thank you. So, I continue to work hard.
Okay, they're glazing themselves. They're really like children. The war form of Netzach. The continent made of metal, able to endlessly expand by using its forbidden power. With any and all metal touches. Metal continent can expand. Okay. Okay. Describe the sea continent in your limited vocabulary. It is that of the nameless god's power.
And one of the biggest characteristics of the power is that it can fundamentally change the composition of matter.
Oh gosh. Pop quiz. What happens if a structure made with that power comes in the contact of other surrounding matter? Can modify the very composition of things it comes into contact with? Good job, that's correct. Anything that touches the sea continent becomes one of the sea continent.
It's an invincible continent with a voracious appetite that can expand as it pleases.
If you set foot on the sea continent unprepared, you will instantly fuse with the sea continent forever. Oh gosh. Then in the background, from Markov, didn't require my assistance anyway. Oni-sama, no, it's okay, you don't have to worry about these things, we'll take care of all of it. Okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna read that a bit silently and then comment if I think it's like worth commenting. Nadia TLDR declared a war. They have like something really powerful going on, you know, like with Netzach and like with the awakening of Malkuth and so. And yeah, it's like about to process. So like, and then it just means that like Sensei and the rest, they can't like really like relax, you know, like how they intended to. There's one thing I want to ask.
What is it? Since we're declaring a war on all, as a special service, we answer your question.
What is your goal in turning Kivatos into a sea continent? Are you trying to resurrect Decagrammaton? Okay, they got kind of pissed that like Sensei mentioned Decagrammaton. They didn't really answer the question, you know. Are you trying to resurrect Decagrammaton? And they got pissed kinda, no. Not really answer any question. Yeah. In 3 days? Yeah, I can't take it lightly. The likelihood of this is almost nil. The sea continent can likely only transform inorganic matter. Now from K, yeah?
Okay, that's right. Why did you and Aris go into hiding when they appeared?
It felt like something bothersome would happen if we encountered those three now. Anyways, I listened to the entire exchange and my response. It's a ridiculous joke.
Is that true, Kay?
Yes, Princess Arise. Arise, it's simply the greater utilization of the nameless god's power. Yeah. Okay, I think like, I don't know, I want to read that.
Wow, you're so reliable. That's what it feels like when the design gets adjusted enemies turn allies?
No, in those cases it's more typical for them to become weaker, you know? Like, when you fight a boss enemy, and when the boss becomes a partner ally, you know?
Ah, so you know about those kind of game tropes too, KK. It makes you happy.
Ah! As since already mentioned, one of the trademark powers of the nameless gods is material reconstruction. Protocol Atrahashi's was of a similar vein. That's correct. Anyways, the nameless god's power is capable of fundamentally changing the relationship between waste and matter itself. I'm interpreted as a collection and transformation of data. There is no fundamental difference. In the end, matter's energy, and energy holds value. The sea continent and Netzach that proclaim 7 Prophet, there's nothing too special to note about them. Even compared to the Protocol Atrahashis, it's rudimentary. However, what is it? I suppose that material reconstruction at such a large scale cannot be summarily dismissed either. In fact, we have no means of retaliation against the sea continent? Yeah, they have not much of an answer. Like, if organic matter comes into it, it will not fuse. So this means they have like to go on it. They can't like summon like Kaiten, you know, to fight the other mecha or something like that, right? They cannot do that. But they have to go on their own. Yeah, they still have issues. Like, Rio can't use their armors, they can't like collide with can't come with their ship into like the continent or so. And suppose the continent can move, you know, it's like a prophet, you know, it's like a boss enemy like Bina, like Chesed, you know, anything. Yeah, it will be some issue. Yeah, Toki can't use the Abi issue. Does that also mean we wouldn't be able to use any equipment or wear any clothes? Oh gosh, yeah. I didn't thought about the clothes thingy.
Yeah, does it mean we're all gonna have to go there naked? When you put it that way.
Amy doesn't see the issue. Oh gosh. Is that an issue? I fail to see the problem. You're the only person. No, Amy, no. You're the only person who feels that way. Okay. They can't fight it by being clothed. Oh no, Toki. This is an excellent opportunity to flaunt my perfect mate's body. What do you think, Sensei? No comment. Me? However, I do not wish to flaunt anyone besides Sensei. I would like to change my stance. This is absolutely a problem. Toki. Take a step back, there's more fundamental problem underlying all of this, no? Oh gosh, no. Exposing the body of this delicate beauty to extreme environments, it is of course a fundamental concern. However, I believe the multi-dimensional barrier protecting the content is a much more pressing issue. As of now, it's impossible for us to even enter the area. Oh. Okay. Okay, Yuzu came up with the idea. Wouldn't there be a back door, something like that then? But if there was a physical back door, how did you reach a conclusion? Okay, I guess it's like kind of relevant to read.
The thing is, they said they were gathering a massive amount of resources, right? So maybe...
Right, the resources gathered in the Tundra region, where
we're being shipped to Netzach's area. That's right. They even built railroads and facilities to transport and process resources, didn't they? Yes, and left behind guards to protect said railroads. If Netzach is capable of converting all organic matter into sea continents, there would be no need to refine and process resources like that. Exactly, they wouldn't have even needed to gather resources to begin with. If it worked as I said, it would only need to consume surrounding to grow. We need to gather, refine, and process resources through this. Maybe not be the correct expression, but to evolve Netzach. We can reasonably speculate that everything they did was to evolve Netzach into sea continent. And finally, assuming the processed resource were used for Netzach's evolution, must be a backdoor route somewhere that isn't affected by material reconstruction. Ah, ja, amazing, Jise. That was quite like the Jise remote. Yeah, the awareness just there. So put in game terms, you're saying we should find a shortcut, right? That's right, Mommy. Perhaps I should call you Wise Mommy now. I don't really get it, but you're complimenting me, yeah? That's right. Is this me when I get serious? I correct myself. Alicia seemed wise but ended up being a show-off, Mommy. And then she leaves. Didn't that get super long and super negative? Am I part of some weird time system? Yeah. Okay. Next course of action. Focus on covering the backdoor route they use to import resources. They have 3 days. You're going to predict the world this time. The Gakis declared war. Kay, who was like hiding with Arisa there, came out and then like kind of like laid out, okay, what the weakness of the sea continent is, like Netzach or so. And then discussed there would be a problem in organic matter, okay, cannot enter that, but there's even a barrier there, and how can we actually like bypass that, you know? And users suggest like backdoor, so they like use that kind of situation, you know, like using a shortcut to like get there, you know, something like that. And like to the next step, like not only like to find a shortcut, but also like to protect the world, you know, like to defend, you know, to defend the rest of Kivatos. And this is more or less their responsibility, their specialty, like with the research of like, you know, the prophets and like fighting, like negating the threat. They do what there is in their power. Even though it's like linking up with like, you know, game development department and Rio, they had like their ways, their differences, but now they're uniting, and it's just like a little bit of a iffy conflict, but overall I think it will be wholesome, you know. Rio's still awkward around her. How does one typically react in this kind of situation? Yes, I'd be grateful if you thought of it that way. Pan Pakapan, Ria is now officially Ari's companion. The party limit has been expanded. What a relief, it appears it was an acceptable response. Let me read again the log. President, what do you think? Any nitpicking there? I give her a 70 out of 100. That was very impressive for her. In anime terms, it's like 7 out of 10 mid. It was pretty mid, but yeah, I guess impressive, since 70 points is like a lot. Shall we head out then? Is the room packed? Make sure you don't forget anything. Sensei, this isn't leisurely picnic. My, let them be. Although being too nervous can negatively affect the odds of success. As long as we don't lose sight of our goals, it's not a bad idea to alleviate some of the pressure.
Hmm? Yeah, once things become serious, there will be enough to be nervous about. Hmm? I really like the dialogue, man. But I don't have like the power to like read anything out loud. My throat can only handle so much. I really like the writing. I really like the writing and how they keep the character consistent. But I think like it's not the same writer, you know. Isaku-san was like the main writer, but I think the one who's like writing the Decagrammaton is like a different one. But yeah, this is a pretty long episode. Might be like 9 minutes, 10 minutes like read if I do it silently. But if I read everything out loud, might be like 30 minutes or so. I'm like a little bit of a time limit or so. I have like about 6 hours of free time after work. And out of that, free time is like only 2 hours and 30 minutes left or so. It's good though, like faster. Like reading it silently. I'm gonna comment if I find like something interesting. But basically it's just like how like TLDR that is like Gaki's declared war. Kind of like explained their special weapon, you know, when like there was a little bit of back and forth. K, after the communication ended, like laid out what is like the weakness of that. Yuzu found out like another weakness. Okay, they have the barrier. We can't like go in with like inorganic matter or like with like only with organic matter there. So probably said actor. And then it's like about preparation of like that. They unite each other. So like Rio and like in the department, Super Fan Task Force, Sensei, they're coming together to like form a team. And then it's about the next step. Foreshadowing. I think like now, I'm not sure. Probably the last episode of like part 2, foreshadowing, episode 20. And then afterwards comes like part 3. And then this might be another 8 episodes. So we're like about almost 3 hours in. So I don't think we can complete in 4 hours, but maybe like in 5. Unless I like read everything silently. I think like for the most part I can like do it silently here. If you're a fast reader, then you can keep up with me. If not, yeah, you can like, I guess if it's a VOD, I pause every now and then. But I will like comment if I find like something interesting. Or like read it out. Okay, I like the banter. I think the game development part really needs something like Tsukumi, like K, you know. Okay, the tube's empty. That's Markov now. Markov read them a story? Oh gosh, the only summer pampering them. They declared war and everything. Instead of like preparing for that, they're just like bantering. Yeah, I guess they can be redeemable, you know. The question's like about Markov. Oh, actually, nah, she's like actually good. Ah, gosh, Markov. If like antagonist, why hot? If antagonist, why so caring about everyone? She would be like a waifu material. That bad adult in Tsukatsuki Ryo's group returned to Tantra. Yeah, they have like a little bit of a... We have like a little bit of a differences there. But Sensei's not a bad adult. No, no, no. Just because they mentioned Decagrammaton, I got pissed and so... Don't take this name like so lightly in your mouth or something like that. Well, they're not really necessarily bad, but they use like their power for like bad, or like they use their power in responsibility, like with not, they're not responsible, they're not really like responsible, you know, not with the right amount of responsibility. They don't use the power with the right amount of responsibility. They're like a little bit too carefree there. Like while I'm like creating their gods, machines and everything, those are like dangerous creations, you know. We need to reduce this kind of amount of damage that it can do. Other than that, they're like pretty much innocent. Okay, they already made Ulysses. She's called Samui, had a really set of a disarranged storyteller. No other notable characteristics, harmless beyond measure. Masada Midori, younger twin sister. Amateur illustrator, no other notable characteristics, harmless. Yuzu, programmer, harmless. The two signals not briefly flicker into that. Okay, Markov has like really some kind of awareness. She noticed that there was like Aris and Kay who like quickly like went out of sight because like Kay was like witnessing, oh, it would be bad if they like witness us now. And now the three are like, no, no, you shouldn't lift a finger. We can do everything for you, One-sama. But Markov is like, yeah, I want to help you as well, girls, you know. And natural instinct of One-sama to help, you know. And they're fangirling, oh gosh, yeah. I like the reactions. I could really read that reading out loud and replicate like their enthusiasm and be like, oh, you know. But yeah. But in the end it comes like, no, you can trust us free Imotos, you know, we can take care of that. Just sit back. Okay. And she is like convinced. So that means they don't get advantage of that, of like knowing, okay, there's a K, there's Arisena. But she offers, Markov's like offering, okay, but if you need help, please reach out to me. You know? Agreement. I wonder, like, Malkov is like so patient, you know? Like, she looks like an adult, you know? While those are like little kids, you know? Something like that. She looks a little bit older, like 17, 18 or so. He's like obviously looking like older, you know? Compared to those. And it's like, oh, I could help that, you know? But those little kids are like, no, we can do everything, you know? You shouldn't like do anything, you can trust us, and then yeah. Okay, but if you need help, then reach out, you know, as an adult. It's like kind of like, she's not toxic even, you know? She just let them do. And if they do mistakes, then yeah, she can help out, you know? I kind of like that as well, like when I was a little bit, when I was like younger, you know? When I was like a cool uncle, you know, like we play like games, and then if I don't come like really far, then I can like ask uncle, hey, can you help me there? And then okay, I can help you, and then yeah, it helps me for this one part, and then he gives me back the controller, and then I can play, can continue or something like that, you know. It's like kind of like nice, not really toxic, you know. If then they would like kind of like backseat me the whole time, it would be like kind of like you know. A lot of people don't like backseating, but Malkov not backseating, she just let them like play the game, then yeah, good. Like a little bit of the character, the personality we see like with all those little interactions here. She's not really evil, but she's very powerful. She's like the strongest of all of them. I'm fast reader. Okay. Already done through here. They're on the way here still. I read like a little bit too fast. Need to like process some information. Okay, they need to like hurry up as the sea continent continues to grow. Personal satellite? Man, K want them. From a danger. They set a trap. Wow, the kids set a trap. 9 silent drones to focus project on forbidden power energy. The entire area is now surrounded by a close energy field. Electronic devices are useless? What? EMP, yeah. The K is like working. So like the team is like now pretty weakened. They can't like use most of the electric devices. Like Toki for example can't use airby issue. Even though Himari prepared, still got caught off guard. What about okay? Does she work or is she like down now? What should they do now? Oh, K is like working? Wow. K? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You can believe me, I know what this is, as well as how to counter it. What? Holy crap. Now then, let us teach these spreads a lesson. We make them realize just who they fight with. Okay. I'm looking forward. Let's go. But okay, it's not gonna be 8 episodes. It's gonna be like maybe 12 or 10. Yeah. So there's this part 2 is a lot longer than I thought. We will not be able to like read part 3. Okay, this is gonna be 21. But I like the development. It seems like K is like really strong ally. There's light coming from the sky? Yes, polar light. All is well. Calm down, princess. There's nothing to be scared of. Moments ago, a significant amount of energy was projected in this area. It's no big secret. Someone has projected the nameless god's power here to create an energy field surrounding the area. That's why all electronic devices have stopped functioning. Modern technology quickly crumbles in the face of it. The cluster of light that looks like an aurora in the sky is also the distribution structure of the nameless god's power. Only we can see it. It'd be a disaster for anyone else, but adventure for you and me. A place is full of energy, we can do anything. For example, we can temporarily restore the link between the two of us and share information beyond their comprehension. That's why it appears to you that everyone else has stopped moving. Holy crap! This is amazing. This is like some important lore drop there.
I understand. So this is what happened.
Princess, just to check, did you actually understand any of that?
Actually, I did not understand a single thing you said.
So... I'll explain using the words you would be more familiar with. Let's put it this way. Thank you, putting it like easier. This place is currently filled with magic, something like mana. And for us who are able to use mana, it's a huge opportunity.
I fully understand now. This place is full of mana, which is why there's magical occurrence taking place.
Yes, something like that, princess.
However, I do find the way you address me a bit disappointing, Kay. I would like for us to stand on even ground. I wish for us to stand side by side to hold hands as we walk forward together.
Yes, that's exactly why, princess. This is likely the last time I ever get to call you that, my princess.
What do you mean by that?
For a moment, let's talk about the concept of fate.
Fate?
People generally believe it's bestowed upon you at birth. They believe it to be impossible to outrun, a challenge one must overcome in life, or something one must learn to accept. Similar to the hero of fate in your video games. Perhaps a part of the fabric of reality as well. For humans, it's in their genes. Bestowed upon them at birth, impossible to overcome. Something to either challenge or accept throughout their lifetime. Flashback, oh.
This place is...
Yes, the fortress city of Erida. Rio's secret city created to prepare against the coming doom. In a sense, it's a place where our fate was altered, all the way down to its genes. Oh gosh, Case looks like Arisa now, like, not like, the eyes were like usually different, but now it's like blue. I wonder what our fate was once meant to be. You were a princess and I was a servant. I suppose that was our given fate. She was like wondering what their fate would be, but the thing is like, you know, like volume F, there was like a amount of flashback where like Sensei saw like a different timeline. If you look like the PV 4.5, like no, 4th PV, 4th PV, it also like shows like clearly you can pause there, like what the different timeline would be. Like probably Black Suit would have found like Arisa, you know? Again, the partner would never have found her. Black Suit. Okay, power, but it got out of hands and then she destroyed the world or something like that. She never would have met the game partner, would have never experienced like the joy of like playing games, you know, like of having friends, responsible adult around here, you know, like having a rival, more or less of a Nero, you know. You would never have experienced like great things at all. Or like making all the friends of like she made like a millennium. That she's the princess and Kate the servant, yeah.
But Yes, I know. You're correct. People believe you should overthrow fate. Leave it in a corner out of sight. What really matters in life is our decisions. When I was waking up, you... Hold on. Wait, what is this? Everyone hold on. No, there's no way. Possible, this can't be happening. Let Arise talk. Yeah. First thing I remembered was... it's absolutely the case, however... You get to choose. Who you want to be. Those are Sensei's words. No, I can't handle the past! Kay, what's wrong, Kay? Is something bad happening?
Yeah.
No, not exactly. They regained consciousness. I believe you, my princess, were the first thought to cross my mind. I remembered my princess' name before mine. I constructed myself based on that, so it was you. Some princesses always supported me at my very core. But what was truly at my core was Sensei's words. Aha! So that is what's happening? That's only natural. Sensei's always Sensei after all.
Yeah, pretty much.
That doesn't make sense. Of all people, why that person? That's not fair. Ah!
Okay, actually I'm kind of glad, you know.
I'm so happy. I'm glad that there's someone irreplaceable and special to you too, Kay. No, I can't admit it. I won't. This life is simply filled with unfairness. Please do not get too angry, Sensei. No, I will get angry. I will get mad. I know that you will come side by side with your friends, princess, and all with a smile. And that's a wonderful thing, truly. It is befitting of a hero on the journey of your party. But I am different. I will get mad. I will rebel against all these absurdities, these irrationalities, these things that make us suffer. I will struggle, resist, and rebel until the very end. Oh, that's right. Even if I have to crawl on the ground and drink water from the sewers, I won't give in, because life itself is a rebellion. To begin with, someone needs to be whining to find a balance. And above all, look at how I look. Anyone would be mad. I think it's fine. No matter how you look, you're still okay. But I don't like it. But I'm very happy you have a body and could travel with us. Otherwise we would not have been able to be by each other's side in this way, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to protect her and whatever. Should also address this.
Anyways. Sometimes I wonder what if everything went the way it was supposed to. What would you have looked like? And what would I have looked like? All the countless possibilities that we have yet to experience. I sometimes become curious about them.
Yeah, I mean, different timeline. They didn't have like those trip, you know, like now. They wouldn't have made uniforms. They were like completely naked, you know. I think it looks better if they wear like clothes.
Of course, there are more possibilities than the number of stars in the sky we can see right now.
Well, actually, there was something. Never mind. It's not what they wear like currently, you know. But yeah. They would have destroyed the world. Or whatever. But somewhere among these possibilities, this potential ending existed. Yeah.
I do not like this. I'm scared.
Yeah, hero becomes Demon Lord.
More than anything, I do not want to change anything to things that never happened. Yes, I know. You would never do that, princess. Because right now, you, by your own definition, are a hero. Do you know what a hero is, Kay?
Yes, honestly not quite.
People say heroes are classes capable of anything. However, that is not true. It cannot be true. When it comes to strength, forest are stronger. When it comes to magic, a hero cannot win against a sorcerer. A hero cannot be faster than a rogue. A hero cannot heal the way a priest can. This is a given, but a hero cannot trade as well as a merchant can. A hero is of a class that cannot do anything on its own. And why did you choose to be a hero? Because a hero is someone who marches constantly forward with their party members. It is because a hero is someone who holds everyone's hands. That way a hero can go all the places that would be impossible to reach with just their own strength. A hero is someone who's slightly ahead, just one half step in front. Who's scared but finds the courage to pave the path forward. That is why, Kay, I wish for you to be somewhere I can reach you too. I wish that you and I could gaze upon the same sky and go forward together. To the same place, to the same destination. This is my request to you, Kay.
Oh gosh, this episode.
Thank you, Princess. That is why I must do this. This will be my final job as your servant. What? At times I wonder just what a servant is. Someone who serves you, someone who guides you, someone who teaches you. You who is trying to learn to walk, to explode forth into this world? To explore further? I don't know, like, to explode forth into this world. What? This is a mistake? I don't know. Therefore, servant is someone who will take your hand as you forge your path forward. Which is why I will never hesitate to scold you when you take the wrong path from time to time. The last one is a bit scary.
Yeah, being like backseated, yeah.
Although this is no longer your identity, you are bestowed fate was the princess of the nameless gods. We can disregard fate as we please, but we can also use it. Just like how you were the princess, and just like how I was your servant. This situation is proof of that. This situation? Look at the sky, princess. Countless rays of light. At a glance you could even say it looks beautiful. And the truth is, each and every one of those rays is one of your possibilities. Right now, they're all part of your strength. I've been keeping your existence hidden from those brats. They think they've made the nameless god's power their own, but they're utterly wrong. Do not be afraid, princess. Retake what was once yours. Open up your heart and proclaim it proudly. The power of the nameless gods is Aris's ones? What?
Okay, this is like some crazy lore drop, holy crap. I didn't thought of that, you know. I knew there was some connection, but I never thought that she would be the powerful one. That she had like all the power. Holy crap. And now it's like about to reclaim the power. Oh. Okay, this will be interesting.
For you are the master of all, the righteous successor to everything. How you choose to use it is entirely up to you. Whether you use it to open up a path as a hero or cleanse this world filled with agony. There's no god anywhere who can judge or stop you. I'm your servant who serves only you. And there's no master I will ever serve. Everything is your choice, your right, and your legacy that should be returned to you. And it was originally my fate to show you the path. I will now complete my last duty as your servant here now. Okay. You're already well aware the concept of time actually does exist. It is the same with matter itself. It is but an observed wave. What actually exists is nearly infinite, space beyond a very small particle. Depending on the observer's coordinates, the past, present, and future could be an event happening at the same time. We will go beyond the stars to find a possibility and reach out to the next possibility as if nothing happened. So please, close your eyes for a moment.
Okay, it fades to black. Following it.
My precious Princess Arise.
The lights are gone. They're like back to now.
What's wrong, Arise? Okay, you too. You two are so still. I see. Can I ask you something, Momoi? How long were Kay and I like that? Maybe 2 seconds? I see. Understand, Kay?
Yes, that's how it was, Arise.
Arise, Kay, are you okay?
Yeah, I think they were like walking, then they noticed, oh, Arise and KK, they were like behind.
Yes, Kay and I are fine, Ria. Is everything okay?
As you can see, all electric devices have stopped functioning entirely. This port chip is likely far behind enough that it's unaffected, but I can't access it remotely at this time.
I see. Ria, Marie, do not worry. From now on, I will light up the path forward.
Arise, do you know something about the current situation?
I'm sorry, Ria. I do not completely understand it, but I do know what you can. I do know that you can believe in me and Kay. Please.
Of course. We always believe in you, Arise.
Thank you, Sensei. Your words gives me courage. Kay?
Yes, Arise.
Could you help me?
Of course. Put it simply, this place has been flooded with the nameless god's power, with its very essence. That is how it was able to stop us in our tracks with no warning, no measurements, no detection.
I understand now. It's good to know, but can we do anything about it?
Absolutely, it's rather simple, Amy. Since the enemies have created an energy field here, we'll simply absorb and return it to them.
That is possible.
Yes, it is. At least now it is. Because Arise and I are here, so from here on out...
Yes, from here on out, it's Kay's and my turn.
Look at the sky, Arise. I've designated the target. Can you feel it?
Yes, Kay, I can. So this is what this place is like. I would like to show Sensei what I'm seeing, if possible.
I will control the output. You won't have any problems collecting gathering energy, Arise. All you have to do is prove who the real master of this power is.
Yes, here I go. Kario!
I'm not reading localization. Arise's sword of light split the night sky into two. The sky was filled with a flash so bright that we could barely keep our eyes open, and then... Holy crap, the lore. The writing. I like it. Holy crap. This is beautiful. The music. Let me turn up the volume.
Wait. What's that light in the sky? Isn't that an aurora? Where did it even come from? It's so pretty.
Man. The combination of like illustration, like music, makes so beautiful of a moment.
It wouldn't be an impossible phenomenon, but this is quite unexpected in a way.
Wait, perhaps it's actually the opposite?
Miss Rio, President, just now the devices.
Yes, the devices have been working again. But how?
You did it, Arise. Yes, of course, Rio. After all, I'm a hero. A class that opens the path of the party.
What an amazing aurora. Well, why did it form here?
I know the answer to that, Sensei.
Really? Why?
It's because that light. Ikario is a possibility for all of us.
Ah.
What's happening? What's the status? Emergency! Status emergency! Our energy field has been completely annihilated! On top of that, the silent drones, the flywheels. What do they call it? Right, we avenge you! On the other hand, there appears to be a rather interesting, rather troubling data in the logs. A probably strong burst of powerful energy is what eradicated the silent drones. However, just before the destruction, the forbidden power imbued into the energy field simply disappeared, as if casted away by someone. So they're analyzing the problem. Capable of... Wouldn't that mean that one of them is capable of controlling the forbidden power? Wouldn't it would? Okay, they don't know who it is. They point out to Ryo, Himari, potential, maybe Toki, if they're generous. And then the rest of them are little nerds. They haven't they don't know about Arisa and Kei yet. The energy's intensity superseded all normal expectations. They've briefly split the ionosphere on the side. Such was the scale of its power. An aura has formed in response, that much we can confirm. Aura? I wonder how pretty it is. Oh gosh, she's so innocent. She's the most head-pettable of all of them. Ayan-chan. Yeah, they don't know who did that, you know. They be they're incapable of doing that, you know, but what hasn't happened, there's another path here but acceptance. They can only see, okay, they were capable of something we were not expecting, you know. However, let's keep our secret from elder sister for now. Huh, gosh. Tiffy? Tippa ref, right? We'll be able to battle Tippa ref now? I think this episode is pretty good, but I can't handle everything. If things do crumble, I turn to the elder sister. Yeah. Okay, this was episode 21. This was great. Oh, I think I finished chapter 2. Let's go. Part 2 is completed, but I cannot go on with part 3 this time. I think I'm gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow I actually plan to do Hyakyako story, volume 5, but I think I'm gonna do the other day. Let's do tomorrow part 3 of the Decagrammaton, and then on Friday Hyakyako. And this has some Sakuga animation there, by the way. So yeah. But I'm gonna quit it here for now. And 7 episodes, actually, wow. Actually, it starts from episode 12, right? We were here. And 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually 9 episodes, holy crap. Not bad so far. I thought about 8 when we were 20, but it was 9 episodes, not bad. And then another long episodes. I saw a 4-hour stream of reading part 3, so But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here. I will see you tomorrow. I probably have to change the thumbnail for 2 days one, but yeah, just gonna reuse the thumbnail I use for today for tomorrow. I will see you there, and if not, surely another time, maybe art stream. In any case, have a nice rest of the week. No, not rest of the week. Rest of the day, evening, or good night, whatever times in the world you are. With that, I'm gonna say bye bye.